out alive, man, that was the play. Streaming every night, building up the sway. But as the sight faded, I had to find my way. Now I'm hopping platforms, surfing through the fray. Got my crew behind me, yeah, we call them givers. Chillin' IRL, catching all the rivers. Farkle in the chat, bringing loss to the grind. Talking crypto games while we sippin' Jack Fine. Gives a minute, yeah, we take our time. Living in the moment, the life's a subtle rhyme. From the land down under, streaming through the night. New Zealand vibe, surfing waves day to night. Always looking for the next thrill, that's where I ignite. Community so solid, always shining bright. Rolling deep and cruising for the height. From the struggle to the stream, it's all just a game. But with the giver found, we're making our name. Jack and crypto profits, life just gets sweeter. Every view and every stream, making life a keeper. Give us a minute, yeah, we take our time. Living in the moment, life's a subtle rhyme. From the land down under, streaming through the night. Got my heart on my sleeve, everything feels right. So here's to the journey, no regrets in sight. Each laugh and each tear, it's a beautiful fight. Keep the wave rolling, let the good vibes flow. We're the givers, together in the show. Gives a minute, yeah, we take our time. Living in the moment, the life's a subtle rhyme. From the land down under, streaming through the night. Got my heart on my sleeve, everything feels right. Flip the script, it's how we play a game. From start to next time, chasing fame. With gear behind me, changing scenes. So through the internet, living out the dream. Got my acoustic strum, curing and chill for cracking jokes. Let's fuck the thrill. In the land of King, we ride the waves. Our streams phone, no better days. Gives a minute, yeah, we take our time. Living in the moment, the life's a subtle rhyme.
Hello, the internet. It is Saturday, the 23rd of May, 2026, and welcome back to the channel. And for those of you who are playing along at home, I've already done a live stream today. Once. I've already been here. Did a little test stream on Valora. Wanted to try 4K and web whip protocol. And, well, it worked. Kind of. There was a few ups and downs, but what the main thing from that stream that I gathered was this machine, the M5 Max, sailed through that process. Absolutely sailed along. It's amazing. I'm streaming 1080-60, which is, you know, whatever, but we did 4K, like full 4K. We did 4K 60, and we put the bitrate to 55 meg. 55 we popped out to the top, and I streamed and I saw a CPU. So right now my CPU is 2.7%. During that stream, it maxed out at about 4%. I don't know what to tell you, but this M5 Max is an absolute battle station. Don't know where that came from, but either way, but there was some technical sort of glitches. I went straight from here to Valora. I didn't go via Beam. Like right now, I'm doing my regular process going through Beam. All the outputs, we're all over the shop. We're all over the place. We're all over the globe. XX Metrics Opal X, speaking of that, he's over on Twitch. Hello. And I see Genesepe over on Pilled. Hello, Genesepe. And I saw Comptech claiming the first place over on Valora. Did I say buh?
I like this guy.
I'm quite used to this guy. I quite like this guy too. Comptech, thank you, man. XX Metrics Opal X, did you do the thing and come across to Valora? Did you claim your handle? I think you did, didn't you? If not, let me give you this, although I'll copy and paste it for you into the Twitch machine. I'm going to give you a little referral link for you to come on over to Valora. A referral for Valora. Now, there's a nice ring to that. Where is my mouse? Here it is. Let me grab this for you and I'll paste it. I will paste this into the chat on the Twitch machine specifically for you. And I really want you to do one of two things. Well, I'd like you to do both of them, but I really want you to at least claim your handle. There it is in the Twitch machine. Hit that link, come over to Valora, sign up with XX Metrics Opal XX, the way you've spelt it with the uppercase and all that. The reason being, you can get it still. No one else has got that. I'm pretty certain. Maybe someone's got it. I doubt it. You can claim that for yourself at Valora. You may not use it yet. Later on, you might want it. And if you haven't claimed it, somebody else may have taken it. So get over here and grab skin it. Yo, Flowski, how you doing, man? Frostfang is back. That guy's rad. Frostfang. Frostfang. What? Every now and then when I'm live streaming, I don't know what is going on in my chat. Frostfang. Nemo Chatter, a total legend. Oh, right there, Nemo Chatter. Yeah, total ledge. Oh, your hard work really shows. Does it now? Does it really? Well, I appreciate that, Frostfang, you little beautiful specimen. Anyway, so results are in. Yes, you can stream 4K. We tried WIP, we tried SRT, and we tried RTMP. I had 0 drop frames on WIP and on SRT. I had more stability with RTMP, but I had a lot of drop frames leading up to the ramped up bitrate of 55 meg. To put it in comparison, I'm streaming at 8 meg right now. So that's a lot more megs. Oh, that's a lot more megabytes. Anyway, 55 is 50. I know how to count all the way to 55. But that was amazing to do that. Here's the thing. You need good internet. You need fiber internet, and you need a good machine to do that. I've got both. However, I don't want to do that. I'm happy at 1080-60. I'm happy at 8 meg. Seems to be the sweet spot, plus all the other platforms that I stream to take it nicely. Any further, actually, I'm 8.8 meg, but that's kind of pushing the edge of Twitch. Well, we'll just leave it at that. We'll leave it there, and I'll probably do, and Corey said he might do another little tweaks in the back end, and then I'll do another test, and we'll just test it because we can. But today, I want to talk to you guys about the Toothpick. It's behind me. Oh, it's right behind me. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, the Toothpick's back. I'm hiding it. I didn't mean to, but it's right there. I'm going to get it out and shows you guys, but it's all fixed and ready to roll, and I'll tell you a little about that. Entity Surfboards right here in town. A guy called Darren runs this surf warehouse, surfboard manufacturer. He shapes boards, and he did all the hard work and fixed the Toothpick, so we get another couple of years out of it. There is a showstopper. There is some damage there that may need, well, as he said, you can repair anything, but is it worth it ultimately to get a couple more years? Anyway, I'll talk about that in a minute. What else was I going to say? Oh, and then after that, we'll just hang out. We got some tabs to watch. I really want to watch this BitBoy Crypto, the most psychotic downfall in YouTube history. You know, this is an AI-generated version of the man, but you know BitBoy. Yeah, he had a pretty bad blowout, and I'm keen to see. It's been a while now. It's been a few years, I guess, since his blow-up, but this is a succinct little look back from the internet anarchist, and I'm keen to see that. And then there was a link that was popped in the Twitter, in the Discord just recently. Oxygen doesn't come from trees. It doesn't? Huh? Excuse me? And then we'll take a look at some filthy travels, Kira and Ryan. Then I also want to take a look at this. This came, I saw this on a Facebook post. There's a company called IRL Hosting. Go live anywhere. I want to learn about what that is, although my IRL stuff is down. I'm good with what I need. To the tune of, wait, that doesn't work. I'm good with what I've got, and also coming up next week. So I'm working tomorrow, Sunday, and I'm working most of next week as well. But on Friday starts an IRL road trip. not a long, well, about a week I'll probably be out for, but going down to visit Doug and his family somewhere down. We're just going down. We're going down. We'll go right down. And anyway, yeah, it's a couple of days to get there. I'm putting into practice my new rules. The rules of the road have changed. When I drive, I'm driving a maximum. Again, the maximum is 400 Ks per day, and from henceforth, every time we pull up, we stay for a minimum of 2 nights. I don't like what Marty and I did every single day moving. I want to set up and like put down some roots and have a good time. And, you know, to that effect, I'm going to go and get better food. We're going to cook on an open fire. Like I want to get lamb roasts and veggies and stuff. And learning from Kira and Ryan, you know, I want to get some better food, and I want to set up for 2 days and just really embrace the place. So I'm going to do 2 days on the way to see Doug, and then 1 day with Doug, and then I'll just do 1 day back. I may not stream it or not. I'm not sure yet. So there'll be at least 3 days of streaming IRL style coming up. What else was I going to say about that? Something to do with Starlink. Well, everybody who's used my referral link from Starlink, I appreciate you. I've got 9 months credited to my account, which is great. It's even better considering Starlink have just put their prices up by about $30 too, which is that's pretty lame, right? Like you just get into this service, and I don't use it that much, right? I don't use it unless I'm IRL streaming. I'm not using it. However, now I'm not paying for it for at least a minimum of 9 months because of these referral links. 9 months credited to my account. Thank you so much. But again, it may be the time for you to use it because you get a free month too. Man, I don't know if you can do this, but I don't know if I should even say this, but actually I'm not going to say it. I'm on a good wicket, 9 months of free Starlink, and you want to say something crazy that could, no, rewind. I'm backing out of that one, not saying anything. I didn't say a thing. You want to see the toothpick, and I'll tell you the story. First of all, here is what the toothpick looked like. This is the reason it went in for repair. So the fin box had it's still too bright. I turned that down as well. The fin box, there was always an issue with this. Benny Crawford, Benny 12C. Man, my nose is itchy. Something just tickled my nasal passage. Benny always told me when he built this board for me that one of the fin boxes was loose, and he said just keep an eye on it. And I'm going to assume it was the one that ultimately messed up, but I don't remember. I know it's not the tail fin one, but one of those fin boxes was already jimmied up from the get-go, and just judging on how that ended up happening, it all got smashed up and ripped out. I'm assuming it was that one. That's what it looked like when the fin came out of the box entirely. So we've got a situation where this board, and you can probably see it there for Ben. Oh, you just can't see the date. Oh, no, there it is. 5th of the 7th, 2020. That's when Benny made this board for me. So I've been surfing on this board for 6 years, which is a long time, like a real long time. Boards, you know, it depends on how often you ride, but 6 years worth, that's great. So when I went into Entity, which is the local guy here, by the way, I only went there because Flecky, another surfer here I've seen a few times around, mentioned that he gets his boards from Darren at Entity and he buys them 2 at a time. So he's always got a spare, and he does a good product. And he showed me his board and he's like, yeah, that looks sick. Now, I didn't go there with the idea of having a new board made. I went there with the idea of, what do you think, Darren, what do you think we can do for this board? Obviously, the fin box needs to be repaired, but there's other dings, and it's 6 years old and this and that. And by the way, I'd never scraped the wax off, ever. And any surfer, and I know this now, and I knew it then, I'd just been lazy, you should scrape wax off because you're putting on extra weight. So he estimated there was about 2 kilos of wax on there. So you're tugging along, you're pulling this wax through the water, and plus now it's coming into the colder months, you're wearing a steamer as well. So you're pulling this extra weight of a wetsuit full of water, plus you're pulling 2 kilos of wax. I got to start thinking smarter about it and start scraping wax off. I didn't even have a wax comb. Darren gave me one. Now I've got one. Thank you so much. Is this one of his? No, I thought it might have been. what's it called? A HIC choice. I don't even know what brand that is, but now I've got a wax comb, so I'm going to take care of that. And so Darren said, look, I can fix this fin box, no sweat, and I can fix up these other dings, because I'd already made repairs myself, but not great, but enough to stop any kind of further damage. And he said, look, I'll strip it all back. And I said, you can take everything off if you want. Like, I just don't want you to sand off the logos. He explained how the logos are underneath the glassing, so there's no problem through that. My concern was that Benny's logo would get removed, and I didn't want that. I'm happy for him to remove all the wax, and if it had to go down a layer, that's what I thought it was, like different layers of fiberglassing, but it's not how it works. He said, no, that's not. The logos are fine. I was like, cool, so that's great. And I said, you can just do whatever you want to fix this board up. Now, he did come back to me at the earliest, and he said, basically he said, I got bad news. And the bad news was the deck of your surfboard is delaminated under the deck pad, under the stomp pad. So at the rear of the board, there's a delamination. When you get a minute, drop in and see if it's worth fixing. So he was saying that the delamination comes from water ingest into the actual surfboard, and there is timber in a surfboard. That line that goes down the center is a timber strut, and that's where they build off of with all the different, I guess they do like other struts that are long width-wise, and they build the foam. But I think that's what, I don't know what they do, but I think that's what they do. And he said that one, so I went and spoke to him, and he said, yeah, look, and he showed me, he said, you can tell it's wet. He'd taken off the rest of the stomp pad, and he was showing me, you can push down, you can depress it, and it is flexing in. And he showed me, and I'll show it to you in a minute. We'll crank up the NDI source, and I'll show you the board and everything. But he told me that because this is delaminated and wet, he said essentially there's water coming in, not through the spots where you would assume. Like, obviously there was water coming through the fin box, but that was just recent. But he said, look how yellow this is. Now, who asked me recently in the chat about a yellow surfboard? Someone made mention. It might have been Netski's before he went angry at me. But correct, surfboards begin white and they end up yellow. Usually it's a combination of sun damage, but it's also a combination of water getting in and staying in. Water staying inside, salt water staying inside, reacts with the foam, blah, blah, blah. You get a yellow tint to it. So he showed me where there was all this yellowing, and he said, look, there's water in here, and I can show you where it's gotten in. And he ran his finger down, or his thumb down the center timber, and he said, look, there's if you get in with glasses and magnify it, you can see that this fiberglass above that timber strut has cracked, and water's been coming in all the time. And so he said, ultimately, he said, I can fix anything, but it's going to cost you a lot to fix that. And is it worth it? Because there were two things at play. Benny already has a second board for me. So Benny's already made me another board. Did I show that to you? It looks so sick. I'll bring that up and show it to you. Benny's already done that for me. So it's just a matter of, me getting that. Oh, shit. Sorry. But where's my... Yeah, Benny's already made this for me. The Toothpick version 2. It's a bit longer, a bit more volume. So that's almost ready to go. And so with that in mind, Darren said it's probably not worth fixing this board back to, like a brand new... If you want a couple more years out of it, I can do some minor works to it and fix it to that. I was thinking this is one that you're going to hang on the wall, right? This is the first board that anyone's built for me, so it needs to be preserved. It's given me 6 years worth of use. If I can just get it back to a clean state, I'll hang it up on the wall. Well, Darren said, no, I can make it writable. Like, you'll be able to write it. So I want to show you what he's done, and then I want to tell you what I'm going to do with it. But to do that, I'm going to crank up the NDI source, and I guess I'll just do that now, but I haven't done this for a while. I'm really keen to use these Rode Wireless Go microphones. I haven't used them since I've stopped planking. That was upside down. I haven't used these since I stopped planking. So I want to see, I'm pretty certain that we've used them before, and I should just be able to turn it on and it will come straight into this setup. I think anyway. Let me put the NDI camera on. Where is NDI? Here is... Wait a second. Here is NDI. Now, if I go to there, did that not happen? It did not. Where is my... Wait a second. It's not turned on. There you go. Okay, it took a second for it to come up. So we now have an NDI camera. We can roam with that. Is that focused or is that just my eyes? I feel like that's not focused. Is that focusing? No, it's not, is it? That looks hideous.
Hello there.
Yo, Hendrik, how you doing, man? I'm going to tap to focus, or I'm going to just... That's blurry. Look, it's focused on my hand. I want autofocus, man. This is an iPhone. Come on, man. And by the way, I can't see. Oh, I'll turn it off. I'll turn it off and turn it back on again. Yeah, it's gone vertical. Turn it off. Why is it not coming up there? Let me just check that. Okay, we haven't used this for a while, and I should have checked it, but I didn't. I know why, you idiot. There's always a thing, right? There's always a thing. Okay, so now I should be able to trigger it from the Stream Deck. What was I going to do? I'll turn up the volume, the brightness. So I want to get this, I want this camera to come in autofocused. So now we should be autofocused. Okay, that's better. That's better. Very blurry. Yeah, thanks, Flo. So it's good now. So I'm going to just put it down and I'm going to grab the microphones because currently we're using this mic, but I don't want to use that. I want to use one of these. And I'm pretty certain if I just turn this on, did it come on? It's muted. It's muted. No, it's not. It's not coming. Okay, I'll check the other one. There's two mics. I'm not sure which one we've used once before when it comes on. Do we get a volume? 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 We got a volume. Now we've got two mics. Okay, so I'm going to kill this. So now I'm just using this mic. This is the mic, so I can take these off. Just first of all, can you confirm that you can hear me on this mic, right? I'm pretty certain from what I can see, everything should be hunky-dory. Yes, thank you, Flosky. Thank you, man. So now we can move around and I can get away from there and can show you the toothpick and the situation. Put a light on. How are we going to do this? I'll put you up here, I guess. And I can keep a view on the screen. Is that going to be a good angle? That's a good angle. Bit too up. Okay, that's perfect. So here is the toothpick. So first things to note, I hope you can see all that. Yeah. First things to note, this is the section we're dealing with in terms of the water ingest. I'll talk about that in a minute, but the overall job that he's done includes stripping all of the wax off of it, replacing the fin box. The fin that's in here is the one that was stuck in the other fin box. He just put it in. I've got the other fins ready to go. Replace the fin box. He fixed up a ding that I'd already repaired on one side. So he did such a good job, I can't even tell where the ding was. Here. There was a ding there, like quite a substantial one that I'd repaired, and he fixed that properly. So now it just feels super slick. He also fixed a ding that I'd inadvertently, so this is pretty critical. When you put in your leash or your leg rope, as a kook learning, I had made the mistake of, can't show it to you. Oh, I got one here. So these ties that you use, you put them in half, you halve them like that, and then you loop it through this hole. But you should never have the rope, the tie, touch the board. That should never, you should never have it be, like once it's in there, that's the wrong way to have it. This should be all the way in, and the little tie thing should be protected by the leash, and the leash is the part that touches the board. Now I had that, I thought I had, but after a while it came loose and my strings were touching the board, and I took a heavy wipe out and it actually cut into the board and dug a chunk out of here. And that's a pretty horrible repair, but I did it, I fixed it, but he did a real good job and really fixed it. So that's you can't even tell that that's there. It's not there basically. It's gone. So he fixed that, which is so rad. There was also, I can't even tell. He did such a rad job that I can't tell what he did. It's a bit dusty, but that's all right. Yeah, and I said you could take that off if you wanted to, but he left it on and it's all good. So Benny's logo stays, the Gives a Minute logo stays. Now let's put it on the bed. I'll just check the chat. Everything good? Looks good, yeah. So I'll grab this and I'll show you exactly what he was talking about in regards to the water ingest. So this wood here, by the way, look at you can tell where the sun has damaged it, right? Like that was my old stomp pad. So this here, and it's hard for you to see it because it's on a bed where it's, I put it on the ground, it doesn't matter. But anyway, the point is, this is flexing, that flexes there. That's because there's water underneath it. Now he has dried it out as best as he could, but the water, now you'll be able to see if you get what was that noise? I'm not sure. If you're getting close enough in there, you'll be able to see that this glass is actually cracked. So all along this glass line is where the water's been coming in. So that's going to happen again when I go surfboarding. There's going to get water in there, and that means this part of the board will always be waterlogged, always damaged. Now the only way to fix that is to completely rebuild this section, but as it stands, it's not worth it. So Darren said to me up front, he said, look dude, I can fix it. I can completely fix this for you and get it right back to how it needs to be. But if you've already got the next one coming from Benny, and this is just like token memento because it's the first one he built for you, do you really need it for that? And are you willing to spend the money on it? Now, he didn't say how much it was, but I will tell you this. And by the way, I declined. I said, don't bother with that. Just do everything else. And he did a great job. And so ultimately, I thought he undercharged me. He only charged me $100 for all this, and he had it for like a week or so, and he was working on it, whatever. $100. I was expecting more. So he did this job for $100, and then he suggested you can, if you want, you could to mitigate as little as possible water coming in here. The thing to do is to put araldite, which is an epoxy glue, maybe from, say, you can even see cracks here too. There's cracks. By the way, is that because the lights, I should be on this side. I think you were getting a little bit of light reflection. There's cracks. You can see cracks here. So there's cracks pretty much all the way down this. So even if I went safe and went from here all the way down with araldite, all the way down to there, to the bottom, I think that would cover, that would potentially stop any fresh water getting in immediately. It still might get in at some point, but if I do a good enough job with araldite on that, and then maybe put a new stomp pad on, this should, and then start waxing up properly, this should last me at least, like, I mean this, yeah, it's upside down. 2020, where's the date? For Benin, 5th of the 7th, 2020. I mean, it would be slick. It would be so sick to have this board and another board ready to roll. So whenever I wanted to, I could take out this one. So I think that's what's going to happen. I'm gonna try the best I can to get this as water sealed as possible. It's pretty rad. Like I'm just stoked at how, like, I think surfboards look rad. I just like it's so, it just looks cool. Yeah, pretty stoked. What else was I going to tell you? I think that's everything to do with that. In the chat, there's a follow for follow in Rumble. Get him out of here. That's a bargain, right on Flow. Dude, I thought that he was going to be saying, look, this is like 4 days worth of work. It's going to be like $400 or something. I was fearing about 400. He charged me $100. I was was like, that is rad. And he's a musician too. I might go and see him play. He said he plays guitar in an orchestra. I might go and check it out. I might ask him about that. A hundy, yeah, dude, that like $100. By the way, I have finished that segment, but I just like being away from the desk and still streaming. I don't know. Do you want to just stay mobile, stay upright? I kind of like it. Can't see a chat from this angel. I kind of like just being, well, stay there. Yeah, I kind of like not having to be stuck over there on the chair. So this will stay. I have bought on, by the way, I was going to buy it on Amazon, and then I checked eBay. eBay was like about $30 cheaper for 2 tail pads, Araldite, some more wax, and another leash. Because I've got that other board coming from Benny, so I'll need a stomp pad for that, and I'll need another leash. And I went on Amazon, and then I went on eBay and compared for the same stuff. I got it way cheaper on eBay. I think they're trying to compete against, compete with everyone using Amazon instead. By the way, this is a side story, but I was asking Darren, like when I looked, I said to him, just out of curiosity, if I came in and asked you to build me a board from scratch, because I think, like I've only seen him a few times out, I'm being a bit facetious. I don't know if he knows me, but I don't know if he's seen my surfing videos. He's not really on social media, but I said, given this board and given that I'm learning, I'm 6 years in, but I am still learning. If I came to you and said, can you build me a board? What would you do different than this board? And he told me some interesting stuff. And this is no shade to Benny at all, but for the waves that we have down here at the particular breaks that I surf at mostly, Darren said, the one thing that I'd do different is the end of the tail shape. I'd make it a bit fatter in the tail. This is a really thin, svelte tail, and the nose is very narrow, which is where the Toothpick name comes from. Because the first time I rode this, I had been riding this guy, the Modern Highline, and also the 7S Superfish, which is outside curing at the moment, even though my job out there has been pretty bad. I don't want to show that. I'm a little embarrassed by how bad that is. But anyway, that's got a ding and that's being repaired by myself. But those two, this one and that one, are so much fatter than this. And so the first time I took this board out, I duck dived, put that back up there. Oh, shit. I haven't bought that, I haven't bought the handy, the stick for it. The first time I duck dived on this, I duck dived and it went straight in and under, and I was like, man, I came up and said, that's like pushing a fork through pasta sauce or spaghetti sauce. No, that's like pushing a toothpick through pasta sauce. And so that's where the name Toothpick came from. The irony is that Darren suggested if he was to build a board for me, because of the waves we've got down here, he would have a slightly fatter nose and a slightly fatter tail. And I asked him, what would that do for my surfing? And he said, because I don't have a problem getting the wave, but he said, do you find that a lot of the waves die out on you down here? And when he says down here, he's basically saying, like, I don't travel much for surfing. I'm a bit lazy because there's a surf break. Like, I could throw a stone into the ocean from here. So I can't justify traveling up and down the coast when I've got a break right here. It's not always the greatest here. There are good waves to be had on special days, blah, blah, blah. He said, with a fatter tail, you'll find yourself riding the wave longer without having to struggle as hard. He said, I bet this board like you get the wave, you hit a turn or you hit one section, maybe a second or third section, and then what happens? It'll die out on you and it'll start to sink. It'll sink in the back first. This is exactly what's happening. But he knows it from looking. He said to me, what are you, 6'2"? I'm like, yeah. And he goes, what are you, 80 kilos? I was like, exactly. Like he knew from looking at me, my height and my weight. And he said, at your height and weight, I would make you a board with a slightly fatter tail and a slightly wider at the top. And you will find when you ride these waves down here, you will get a longer ride and you'll stay buoyant, especially on those last few turns.
And I said, is that because you know the area so well? Like, you surf here and you know this place? And he's like, absolutely. And I said, does that mean because Benny's up on the Sunshine Coast, he doesn't know these waves as well as I do and as well as you do? Benny didn't make a mistake. Benny made a board that might not be best suited to the waves here that we get all the time. But that's why I'm so stoked this is still surfable. And the other board from Benny, now not now, but soon I'll have like a quiver of boards which I can pick one out and say, well, these waves today look bigger and solid and they're going to last longer. I can take this one out. On a day when they're a bit smaller and a little bit less powerful through the end section, I'll take out the board with the fatter tail. And so, yeah, I might get, and I'll do what Flecky does. I'll get him to build me 2 at a time. Flecky has 2 going. He buys 2. But I think they're about $800 a pop. So it'll be substantial, but it'll be worth it, you know, like, be worth it. Because Benny made this for free. He made this for free for me. And I said to him, I want to pay you for the next one. I don't feel justified in, like, it's your job, man. Like, literally, it's his job. And I feel like I should pay for that. So there's dust all over here. That's all right. Anyway, I like stories. Well, how's the chat going? Is Benny building a GoPro mount into the next one? No. Liz Lizgry over on YouTube, LYZGR47. Is this pre-recorded? Why are you deleting comments? I'm not deleting comments. I would never. I haven't been reading comments, but let me go and see what's going on. I step away for 2 seconds and then all hell breaks loose. Let me see what's going on in the chat. Why deleting comments? I don't do that, man. I didn't see them. That's not deleting though. Where's my mouse? Who's deleting my mouse? There we go. Orchestra is awesome. I wish I could go to more of those. I've not really seen many orchestrations. Benny boy. Do you know Benny? Hendrik, Flowski. Are some of these fake? The ones that are on the comments that are on what's Nemo TV, they're 100% fake. I'm a bit shorter than you and I only weigh 60 kilos. Wow, Hendrik. Why am I looking up there? I keep looking at the wrong camera. I'm much shorter and weigh 3 times as much. Uh-oh. Liz, I don't mod anyone anymore. Are you also on Twitch? Yes, I am. Do you reckon Liz, do you reckon they're fake comments? I reckon they're fake comments. Yo, how would you say that? LYZGR47 on YouTube. If you are real, here's a good idea. If you're real, hit that link and come over to Valora.tv with the same profile. Sign up to Valora.tv. Did that not work? Why did that not work? No, it did. Hit that link in the YouTube chat, LYZ. You fake commenter, come on over to Valorant Skins, sign up, use the profile name that you've got there, LYZGR47, and enjoy. Yeah, Jeffrey's definitely real. Yo, LY is real. What's that? So Valora.tv is a brand new streaming platform, and I'm trying to encourage 2 things. I'm trying to encourage everyone to come over to Valora, maybe not to use the platform because you might have your home that you like. However, at least sign up and get your handle. Like, park your handle, because if you don't grab it, someone else may. And in 2 months or 3 months or 2 years, you might want your handle over on Valora, just like you might want it on Kick, but maybe it's gone on Kick. So right now, it's only a few months in. Now's the greatest time to nab your handle without anyone else stealing it from you. I'm not fake. Well, you were saying everything was fake in my chat. So I'm just asking it back, right? You were saying, is this guy real or is it pre-recorded? Ben, you need to go and see an orchestra, especially the SOS at the Opera House. So worth it. I did it 30 years ago and still remember the best bits. Well, look, I might reach out to Darren and ask him what all the deal with that is, because he is in the orchestra, and that would be pretty rad to be a part of. Maybe I'll photograph. I don't know. I'm going to turn the NDI off and we'll cut to the real camera. I'm still using this mic though. And then I'll turn this mic back on. We can easily do that by swapping mics at the tab of a button. So we're on this microphone now. This is funny. Liza. Why is this funny, Liza? What is with your handle, by the way? Liza? Is that an artificial intelligent generated thumbnail? Is that a thumbnail? I'm not a thumbnail. Oh, you mean the thumbnail for this stream? Yeah, ChatGPT. Do you think that was real? You idiot. Of course it's ChatGPT generated. Is that an artificial intelligent generated? That's a very strange way to word that. Come on over, man. Elijah Jazera. I'm turning off this NDI source. We don't need it any longer. Oh, that's also notable. So the new board that Benny's made for me, if you notice, oh, I got distracted. If you notice, the shape on Benny's new board is very, I'll turn the brightness up again. The shape is very similar again with that tapered end. So it'll be rad to have a more volume, longer board, but it's also got the tapered end, the one that Darren was kind of saying he'd do differently. Now, I'm going to run out of here, grab myself a coffee, and then we'll come back in and we'll move off surfboarding content. But to get us there, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to play you some surfing from when I put my elbow through the 7S Superfish.
Well, this is a bit of a throwback. This morning I'm riding the 7S Superfish from Global Surf Industries, and I'm not really enjoying how big this thing is. It's a tank. After the Toothpick, by the way, the Toothpick is getting repaired at Entity Surfboards right here in town, so that'll be out of action for a little while, and I figured I'm not gonna stop surfboarding. I got the Superfish. I tell you, this thing's causing me, I feel really heavy. I feel really cumbersome. I can't throw this thing around at all. Things like duck diving, just everything's more difficult on a fatter board. I should stop my whinging and just be thankful I have spare boards to ride. No. Look at that. Ow! About 3 waves ago, I said I hurt my arm. Yeah, I know I smashed it somewhere. I just turned the 7S Superfish upside down and I got an almighty ding. Look at that. Ah, dude, one surf back. This is a fill-in board and I've just ruined it on day 1. And my arm is caning. Oh man. All right, well I better go in, get this thing out of the water. Or maybe I'll try to repair it myself, let it dry out for a few days and give it a repair job.
All right, got myself a coffee. Dugsky, hey Benon, quick hello. I'm on a ship 50 kilometers off Brisbane. Boy, is it rough. 50 knot winds. Dude, I know it's bad out there right now. I feel sorry for you, man, out there on a ship boat. Have a good time though, and I'll see you at the end of next week. End of this week or the end of the week coming up. Always, that's weird. Like next week is the week that's coming, but it's not. They call it the next week. The next week, right? Hendrik, dude, how do you repair that yourself? So the idea is that you shove a lot of fucking, you cut the circle out where the D-lam is, you cut all that out, and then you shove in foam with resin and fiberglass, and you patch it all, and you build it up. You build the hole back up. You fill the hole, and then you sand it all back. Now, I don't have a great amount of that stuff, so the job I did was pretty budget, let's just say. And I haven't bothered sanding it all yet, but yeah. I got to get Sydney yet. Catch you end of the week. Yeah, that's cool, man. I'm out here, but checking back out. No worries, Hellbent. You got second. I heard that. You claimed second there. Lots of blowies in Brisbane at the moment. Not as bad as yesterday. Blowflies. Lizgra, I knew you got your coffee. Yeah, I went to get a coffee. And now we're going to take a look at this video, the most psychotic downfall in YouTube history, BitBoy Crypto. I want to learn about this.
How does one of the biggest names in the crypto community go from flexing Lamborghinis and multi-million-dollar crypto portfolios to losing not just his channel, but his...
Oh, we got that background audio. It's going to kill itself in a second. There's a famous, well, not a famous, but a very funny... I mean, it's going to be in here surely, but when he breaks down and says, "Have I got your attention yet?" We should grab that. Wait till you see it. If you haven't seen his complete meltdown, that bit's coming and it's worth it. Blowy in context, blowing breezes. Yeah. Imagine a documentary made about you. Yeah, okay.
his career and company. Is it promoting scam tokens to their audience and then lying about it?
What if I told you there's a project guaranteed to increase in price? I know you would probably want to jump in. This is where we get into the complicated gray areas of decentralized finance.
Is it trying to silence criticism from a smaller creator with a baseless lawsuit?
Plaintiff has sustained damages in excess of $75,000 as a direct and proximate result of Atosi's torturous conduct. I think it's insane that I'm being sued for expressing my own opinions.
Or maybe it's going on.
That was the big controversy that kicked off most of this. The Atosi, he was claiming that BitBoy was scamming scamming viewers. Which he kind of was by promoting pump and dumps, for sure.
Unhinged rampage against your former business partners.
At Carlos's house. This is where Carlos lives, guys. I am live streaming from Carlos's house. Carlos has my Lamborghini right here in his garage. So today, guys, I'm gonna be live streaming and I'm gonna be telling the entire story of Carlos Diaz.
For BitBoy, aka Ben Armstrong, these incidents were only the stepping stones to what would be one of the most infamous crashouts in internet history.
This is it. This is it.
Do I have your attention now? Do I have it?
We definitely got to get a clean audio grab of that. Do I have your attention now? Do I have it?
Hi, I'm the Internet Anarchist.
That's how I should begin my streams. The internet kicks in, the countdown finishes, then it comes in with me saying that. Do I have your attention yet?
I create weekly YouTube documentaries, and today we'll be exploring the downfall of crypto's most infamous.
Wait, are all of these thumbnails
YouTube
life ruined?
documentaries.
Life ruined? Life ruined?
And today,
Really? Internet Anarchist, do you just call all of your thumbnails the same? Let me have a look. Let's go to his channel full style. Life ruined. Videos. Idiot, idiot. Life nearly ruined. Life ruined. Life ruined. Life ruined. Was it fake? Life ruined. Okay, there's a common theme there. Ruining of the lives.
we'll be exploring the downfall of crypto's most infamous influencer.
They look like ChatGPT,
how he created
probably,
one of YouTube's largest crypto channels, what he did to exploit that privileged position, and why it eventually destroyed his entire life. Looking at how Ben started his YouTube channel back in 2018, there's very little that
Man, he looked so different before. Hendrik, someone made a video about me in context of me losing ability to speak properly thanks to my lockjaw. This was on YouTube, but based on my D-Live streams. It's shit. Wait, someone made a video about you recently, Hendrik? Is that what you're saying? His name is also Ben. My name's not Ben. But he looks so different there.
the BitBoy brand would ever get as popular as it did. He didn't have the same production value, charisma, or technical knowledge that typically got people interested in crypto content. The only thing that truly set Ben apart was his genuine fascination with cryptocurrencies and the desire to spread the same curiosity to as many people as possible. Initially, Ben tried to get people's attention with animated videos and
Not yours, the guy the video is about. But you said the word also. So your name's Ben? Is that what you're saying? So you're also named Ben.
meme edits, but the editing wasn't polished enough to garner or sustain worthwhile viewership.
When the signal hits the sky, I'll be there on the double. He's the one you need to call when your crypto's in trouble. He's got a huddle on the side and a blockchain in his hand.
Not long after, Ben decided to take a more direct approach to gaining viewership that involved less editing and more personality, with his daily crypto.
No, but you know a guy named Ben. No, I know a Benny. This guy's named Ben. Are you talking about Benny Crawford, the surfboard shaper? Not Ben.
News series and token reviews. In addition to his informative content, Ben incentivized viewers to stick around with frequent crypto giveaways and community events.
You guys know I do a ton of giveaways. We're doing the giveaway right now for $1,000 in Bitcoin. I'm sure in the future I will use a portion of those rewards to be able to also continue to give back to my regular Bit Squad community, whether you guys are in IOST or not.
Ben, Benny, tomato, tomato? Not really. What if his name's Benjamin? What if his name's Benedict? How do you know what his name is? By the way, how long are we going to put up with these YouTube trolls? I'm over it at this stage, but how long does the chat think we should give these dickheads on YouTube? What do you think?
Hopefully maybe you guys can get some tokens and then be a little more interested in the project.
While the first couple of videos weren't too remarkable, Ben used each upload to gradually refine his online persona and connection with his audience. As time went on, the main attraction of the BitBoy channel drifted away from giveaways and more towards Ben's ability to make every video feel like a casual conversation with a friend about the ups and downs of the crypto world.
Guys, Bitcoin dumped. You may know this if you're watching this video. Bitcoin dips below 8K as price sheds 700.
Bitcoin dips below 8K. Could you imagine 8K Bitcoin right now? Wouldn't that be so sick? Who would buy? Who would be buying in? Okay, H-Man, Hendrik, let's pause for a moment. I know you're skeptical and I know that you have things to say about crypto in general, especially Richard Hart. Okay, we're not talking about that at the moment, but how low would Bitcoin have to go for you to buy in? Let's assume you had a little extra cash. I'm not saying anything about your financial situation, but let's say you had some cash. What would it be? What would the dollar amount have to be for you to buy in? Hendrik, about a year ago, I got in touch with her and told her that having the condition should not be wished upon everyone. I think she ditched that video. Oh, you're talking about that video. Yeah. Flowski, skeptical at Richard Hart. You sure you're not talking about Dale? No, both Hendrik and Dale are very skeptical about old mate Richard Hart. But yeah, so $2,000 for Liz. Or Flowski? Yeah, skeptical. I mean, we had a good conversation about him yesterday, that's for certain. That was a good convo. I enjoyed that. Okay. Because I was just looking at it today. Bitcoin is down to 75,000. So I want to buy the Mission Pro, the new GoPros. Here's my idea. Get a little extra cash from work and smash it on Bitcoin. And then when it goes back to 80 grand, buy the Mission Pros with the profits. Old mate Ricky of the Heart. Yeah, buy. Ricky. Do you know what though? When people say, okay, get this for a rant. When people argue against Richard Hart, one of the first things they'll say is his real name's Richard Schuler. And that's supposed to be like a sticking point. Like he's lying about his name. But yet, I mean, think about it. Everybody uses a stage name. I mean, do you think Whoopi Goldberg is her real name? Hell no, it's not, right? Whoopi Goldberg? Whoopi? But everybody listens to her. Everybody listens to her and believes everything she says. Not on crypto, right? But on everything else. And her name's Whoopi. Whoopi. So like, the idea of Richard changing his name for the stage from Schuler, which is a very German name. He's not German, but Richard Schuler is a very German name. Changing it to Richard Hart as a stage name, there is absolutely nothing in that. All these rappers with Lil Nas X and Little this, Little Boy, that's not their real names. But nobody says anything about that. But Whoopi Goldberg, man, I'm like, seriously? And how long has Whoopi? I mean, I only think about that because I'm watching Star Trek, and she's actually quite damn good in that show, right? As Guinan, the 10 Forward host or whatever. She's pretty good, but her name's Whoopi Goldberg. Whoopi, man, it's crazy.
$100 in 2 hours, and look at the image. It's so witty. It's like from Avengers Endgame. It's Thanos. He's snapping his fingers, and he makes Bitcoin disappear. Look at that image. It's so funny.
By 2021, Ben's positive perspective on
I'm big ol' Henny of the galaxy. Yeah, hey, Woz, how you doing, man? After Nizzle. How's it going, Woz? Good to see you, dude. Good to have you. Look at that beautiful image of a lovely looking man. Holy shit. That's AI. Is that AI generated? Shit.
crypto world would massively pay off, as the surge in Bitcoin price brought in a huge wave of new users eager to learn everything about digital currencies. Naturally, many of these users looked towards the BitBoy brand for guidance, which took the channel from only a few 100,000 subscribers to over 1 million.
Is that Ben million subscribers Armstrong? Holy crap.
It is, guys.
We did it, dude.
We did it. They said it couldn't be done.
Do you reckon he left him hanging there intentionally? Skull Spotter. How you doing, Skull Spotter? Hello, streamer. Once every 6 months, I ask if we can support each other. I follow... Oh, my goodness. Really? Skull Spotter? Hang on a second. Yo, Skull Spotter over on Rumble. Don't do that. Don't do that, dude. Don't do like for like, sub for sub, follow for follow. Don't do that. And definitely don't do it to me, dude. I don't want any of that shit. I don't even want these YouTube trolls, but they're kind of fun. Hey, by the way, Lizgura, why don't you donate? Just saying. You're in my chat all of a sudden trolling me. Why don't you actually put something down and say, no, I'm a real person. Have this donation gives. Why don't you do something instead of just being something lame? They aren't even there to listen, just a stupid bot. Do you reckon Skullspotter's a bot on Rumble? That's the first time I've seen a bot on Rumble like that. I mean, I'm actively pursuing Rumble, Odyssey now. I'm on Odyssey as well, and BitChute. I'm on all three of those. But I've never seen a comment like that from anybody. But this Lizger on these Liger, they're just trolling me on YouTube, which is kind of fun, I guess. But I don't really get much views on YouTube, so I'm happy for the views. By the way, they're getting ads too. That's the comical thing. Whoever's watching Lizger, I gave you the tip to come over to Valora. You don't get ads on Valora. You're getting ads on YouTube, so I'm getting paid by you being there. It's awesome, dude. Is Odyssey still going? Yeah, man. Yeah, it is. Was strange whoopee fact. She dated Ted Danson. You're not Ted Danson. For a while, and on one of her birthdays, she asked Ted to do blackface. Oh wow, yo. I'm not a bot. No, I never said you were a bot. I'm talking about the Rumble bot, Skullspotter, up in the chat. You can't see that because you're only watching on YouTube, but if you look at the chat on screen, you might learn something.
Is that Ben million subscribers?
Do you reckon he leaves him hanging here intentionally?
Holy crap.
It is, guys.
We did it, dude.
We did it. They said it couldn't be done.
Wow.
Sorry about your knuckles, Mike.
It's all good.
They said it couldn't be done, but we did it. We did it. We freaking did it. Let's go. Woo! Ah, man, my knuckles are dead.
From 3,500 to 1 million.
We did it, man. That's so great. May 14th.
3,500 subs to 1 million. That is quite the jump. That is quite the leap. That is quite the community he's got going on there.
2021, the first day a cryptocurrency YouTube channel passes 1 million subscribers. Shout out to the Bit Squad. Shout out to all my people that work here. We did it.
Despite the rocky beginnings of his channel, Ben had finally built the community he always dreamed of, and it seemed like things could only go up from there. Unfortunately, this new success slowly clouded Ben's judgment and pushed him to make choices that degraded the reputation, goodwill, and credibility he worked so hard to establish. Around the same time BitBoy was getting popular, people began noticing odd choices in the coins Ben was promoting, and some users on Reddit even speculated that he could be running a pump and dump scheme with a
See, I don't know about the scheme. I don't think BitBoy Ben Crypto was involved in scheming, but he definitely, and this was all found out too, he definitely took paid slots on his show. So if you paid enough money, he would talk about your coin. Now, at that point, you may turn that around and say, well, he's promoting a pump and dump. Sure, but he's not involved in the pump and dump. He took money to tell you about something that rugged, ultimately. Now, was it the intention from the get-go to rug? Possibly. A lot of these coins are.
post reading. Yesterday, he dropped a video titled Top 5 Coins Crushing the Market Now, Massive Crypto Gains. The video showcases top 5 altcoin picks for short-term gains. His top pick was Frontier, a relatively small sub 100 million market cap coin. He didn't even give any reasons why this was his top pick. All he did was tease a video he was going to drop the next day. Immediately, Frontier doubled in price. Is this legal? By the 3rd of November 2021, these concerns would spread beyond Reddit, as crypto podcaster Anthony Pompliano uploaded a video calling Ben out for manipulating his audience and promoting pump and dump schemes on his channel.
Not Bitbot, what a tosser. I wonder why you get trolls? Well, I don't get that much anymore, but it is kind of flattering for you to be here today. Where have you been for the last 2 years? You know, been troll free for the best part of the last 2 to 3 years. But I don't really care. Like, you can do whatever you want. It doesn't really faze me.
This guy BitBoy Crypto, who's talking all this shit, saying that we sound like boomers on our altcoin takes. Here's my deal. I refuse to go stuff coins down the audience's throat so that I can pump my own bags. But that's exactly what's happening over there. If you go and you look at the headlines, at the titles, etc., there's literally people that are telling you absolute trash shit coins are going to $10, $15, $20.
But I wonder what if you dug deep enough into Pompliano, I wonder how many coins he promoted that rugged. Possibly a lot. By the way, I've had enough of you on YouTube. I'm just going to block you, man. Easy.
Less than a penny or sitting at a couple of cents. And ultimately what occurs is you're watching people who are literally taking their money, they're investing in things, and then they're running to the audience, and they're not explaining to anybody what is actually going on, why there's true value being built, interviewing the founders, or any of that stuff. All they're telling you is price targets. And what they're trying to do is to literally pump up assets so that they can later sell them.
Serious accusations demands a serious response, and Ben wasn't going to take these allegations lying down. In their now deleted interview, Ben defended his credibility with a claim that he never explicitly told people to buy a particular coin, and stated he was only—
Hold on, in their now deleted interview, was the interview on the BitBoy channel or was it on Pompliano's channel? Who deleted it? That's intriguing.
Going to take these allegations lying down. In their now deleted interview, Ben defended his credibility with a claim that he never explicitly told people to buy a particular coin, and stated he was only highlighting potentially lucrative tokens.
The way that you portrayed yesterday what I am and what I'm about with Shiba is 100% false. I've never bought Shiba. I've never owned Shiba. I've never told people to buy Shiba. I don't like meme. We talk all the time how meme coins are really kind of a waste. However, when you give the message that people are stupid for investing in it, and you give the message that you can't make money with it, that is factually incorrect. People have done that.
Unfortunately for Ben, Anthony wasn't buying that explanation and brought forward instances of him.
It's a strange line because what he's saying is correct. People have made a lot of money on meme coins and altcoins and pump and dumps. People make money. But when you promote them to your 1 million sub channel, you're telling that 1 million people that you can be those people that make money. But typically, the ones who make the money are the founders and the early holders. And if you're late to the game, you're the ones that get left with a bag worth nothing. And Ben makes money, BitBoy Crypto makes the money because he is paid to tell you to go and look at this coin. So those are paid advertising spots where that people have said, I want you on your channel to spend the 10 minutes or whatever it is talking about my coin. Now those are the pump and dumps. And so Ben's made money and the founders of those tokens have made money. Everybody on the 1 million channel sub that come in there to go and get those gains, they're already too late. So that's where the confusion lies.
Manipulating the market.
First one that we have here is this, where over the summer, about 2 months ago, you told people, do not buy Bitcoin. Urgent crypto message 2021. Bitcoin's at 48.
Wait, same is happening right now with the SpaceX IPO. So SpaceX is going public and they're launching. Is that right? So the public can't get in right yet. Oh, I didn't know about that. Interesting. Now, what did he say here?
That we have here is this, where over the summer, about 2 months ago, you told people, do not buy Bitcoin. Urgent crypto message 2021. Bitcoin's at $48,000, is now at $60,000.
We were telling people to buy.
The next one we have here is that the Dogecoin price, Dogecoin blasting to $5 in 2021. At the absolute top, it's at 27 cents now. And then the next one that we have is that XRP is going to $589.
You can't be serious with this. You just did a video saying Bitcoin's going to $20 million. That's asinine.
I did not say that. No, just so we're clear. Just so we're clear.
We all use clickbait.
As their debate dragged on, Ben became increasingly
So his argument was that it's clickbait and therefore it's fine. He's playing the YouTube game, right? You need to click the audience to come in. So you give them a sensational heading and a sensationalist thumbnail and someone will click that. And what happens then? Then BitBoy gets paid. So he gets the ad revenue from the view and he gets more advertisers coming in to promote their shitcoin.
Aggravated with the fact that things weren't going the way he expected, and he exploded into a demented rant when he couldn't deny the facts anymore.
We do what we say that we do. And you're over here saying that I shill shit coins. And that yesterday you were saying like, we just go and we say, go buy this and we sell bags. Not one single time have I ever done that. And the stuff and the words that come out of your mouth that buy into the meme culture in the echo chamber that you live in, it's asinine, punk. It really is. You're out here assassinating people's characters. All I said was, I didn't agree with the way that you worded that video. That's literally all I said, and it's led to all this. It's ridiculous, to be honest with you.
Ben's aggressive outburst almost immediately drew in the attention of the wider crypto community and sparked a debate on whether or not he was truly exploiting his audience to move the market. On one hand, Ben's videos could be seen as just educating about whichever coins he thought had potential without any ulterior motives. On the other, the way Ben framed these tokens as larger-than-life opportunities gave people the vibe that he wasn't trying to enrich you, but himself. This sentiment would be thoroughly explored in a video from the creator Atozy titled "This YouTuber Scams His Fans," BitBoy Crypto.
BitBoy Crypto. This guy is basically one of the largest crypto channels, but has also been known for being a shady dirtbag who milks his audience for a quick buck rather than giving them genuine advice. BitBoy Crypto went on to Anthony Pompliano's podcast, so today I thought we'd just open Pandora's box and expose this guy for the dirtbag he is.
According to Atozy, Ben wasn't a credible source of crypto news, since he had a pattern of promoting obscure tokens.
I recall this because this is around about the time that I came into crypto via Hex and DLive, and I recall this situation playing out. And if I remember correctly, the response to this Atozy creator from BitBoy was, if you don't take back what you've said, I'm going to sue the absolute living daylight out of you. I'm just going to sue you for defamation, slander. I'm going to come at you, and you're going to have to retract everything, or you're going to feel the wrath. And from what I recall, I hope. I mean, this is obviously going to explain it, but he backs down. But BitBoy Crypto backs down. Atozy doesn't back down, and he proves his points. And BitBoy ended up walking away from it. From what I recall, this is going to be fun. I'm stoked we're doing this because there's holes in my memory of this because I was learning about crypto in general, and I was also learning about Hex, and I was also learning about live streaming, and I was also getting into my own IRL streaming and, you know, surfing and all that other stuff. And all this was happening at once. And the thing that really kills me is that at this time, not long before all this started, Bitcoin was at 22,000, 21,000. And then it jumped up to 40,000, 45, I think it was 44,000 when I bought in. So it 2x from 20 to 40 up to 60. And then we saw 128,000, I think was the top. So that's why I asked that question earlier. Like, what would it need to drop to for you to buy in, given that it's already reached 128,000? Like, is it going, like, in my mind, this is not any financial advice at all. Look at me. Do I look like a financial advisor? Hell no. It's going to go back to that number, right? And probably higher from that. So if it drops down to a point, what point would that be that you have the conviction to say, I'm buying that shit because it's going to get back to 128? I don't know. Interesting conundrum, though.
That rapidly declined in value following his endorsement.
He simply cannot be trusted with financial advice because you don't know if he's trying to enrich you or himself. Here's a prime example of that. So he made a video a while back on a token or a cryptocurrency where the price could only go up.
What if I told you there's a project guaranteed to increase in price? I know you would probably want to jump in, but I'm sure the first thought you would have would be, wait a second, that doesn't sound right. Well, this is where we get into the complicated gray areas of decentralized finance.
What was that, BitBoy? A project that's guaranteed to go up in price? Let's see where this project is today. Wow. Would you look at that?
Considering the fact that creators of the PAMP were sponsoring the video, there was an obvious conflict of interest with Ben presenting it as a legitimate investment to viewers. This naturally tainted whatever claim Ben made about the coin, and led Atozy to the conclusion that he was manipulating fans into investing in a pump and dump scheme.
Hey guys, today we're going to discuss PAMP Network and whether or not it can pump up your portfolio. Could this be our next hippo
Yeah, Flo,
pump?
I'm just pausing for a second. I want to change my YouTube chat to followers only. I don't see where to do that though. Is there an easy way to do that on a per stream basis? Because I'm just over these YouTube trolls. So I don't often look at YouTube, but I want to just change it to donations only. If you want to troll me, you got to donate. That'd be kind of rad. For my 25-cent advice, I might have to invest 25 cents. You got to be fast. 25 cent, 25 cent BitBoy. See, I'm all out of sorts here. I'm not sure, to be honest. I stream there, but I don't configure it. Yeah. I thought it would be simple just to go. I can't see it there. Overlay for brakes. Automatic frequency medium, the ad seek frequencies, participants, community moderation, might be under there. YouTube Studio settings, this could be it. User management, channel managing. Oh, dude, I got to remove that moderator. Holy crap. Wow. Far out. Oh, wow. That was interesting. I can't see it there. Just stop trolling. Just don't be a dick. That's too much to ask. It's not there under settings. Man, why does YouTube make this so difficult? You'd think it'd be right there in settings, right? It's not. Okay. In the chat, can I click on something? Channel activity, go to channel, report. Oh, I can report them anyway. That's on spam. Should be the little gearbox at the bottom of the chat like every other platform. Exactly, dude. Exactly. It's not though. I can't believe it's this difficult. YouTube, this is why it's difficult. This is why no one uses it, I guess. Okay, well, I'm not going to bother. They seem to have chilled out for a bit. Doesn't matter. YouTube is definitely not streamer first. No, it's upload. It's VOD first, isn't it?
PAMP has been one of the most requested projects to review for my Telegram group and beyond. Luckily, PAMP actually reached out to me about doing a video, so thanks to PAMP for supporting this channel, and everybody gets the video they want.
I don't believe that for a second. I severely doubt that people are asking in his Telegram for him to cover this token. And it would be pretty easy to see because I'm assuming you can just scroll back to before he made this video to see if anyone were asking about him making a video on this token. But what I think happened is he got paid to make this video because whoever's paying him to make this video clearly needed some exit liquidity. If that's a foreign term, essentially, if you hold scam tokens, you need a sucker to buy it from you.
What makes this even more sickening is how Ben heavily relied on the disclaimer that none of it was financial advice, while aggressively presenting it as financial advice.
BitBoy, you always say do your own research and don't trust anybody in crypto.
Fair enough, voices in my head. Fair enough. But let this be an exception, but of course, do your own research on PAMP. After all, I'm not a financial advisor.
I'm not a financial advisor, but I'm making an 11-minute video on why you should buy this complete scam. It's basically inevitable that the SEC is going to get involved because dirtbags like this cannot resist the urge to take that quick buck and just milk their audience for some extra money.
To fully drive home his point, Atozy highlighted 2 other coins that Ben was paid to promote and claimed were worthwhile investments, but ended up going to zero.
I haven't seen a single apology video from this guy about this, so he clearly isn't sorry. He just wanted to sweep this one under the rug and not talk about it like he's done plenty of times before. Here's another coin he pumped called Ink Protocol. He did this on a video uploaded July 16th titled 3 coins to 3 million. Crypto get rich quick. That title should be the biggest red flag ever. But as you can see on the 16th...
I don't really agree with the angle of the title of the stream or the title of the video and the thumbnail. I mean, that's not... Okay, we all know that these titles are ridiculous to get you in. Just like, you know, Mr. Beast's titles and thumbnails are ridiculous. Like, I tied up an FBI agent. I blew up a $12 million submarine. These are all just to get you to watch, right? That you shouldn't hurt. Like, that's just the game. That is the game that people play on YouTube. So for BitBoy to put like 3 coins to 3 million, that's just him playing that game. I don't think that's not a fair. Yeah, you should be arguing against YouTube for them promoting that shit more than the person that's creating it to play along.
This token like 16x'd overnight. Then within pretty much a month, it completely retraced, leaving BitBoy's fans holding the bag yet again. And this has to be intentional because the market cap of this token when he promoted it was only $200,000, with the total liquidity that day being $68,000, meaning anyone with 3 followers could pump this token. And while we're at it, we might as well go 3 for 3 because there's another token.
Yeah, Flo, the game is lame. YouTube should be smart enough to know that most viewers are tired of it and not promote that sensationalist crap. It's, you know what it is though? It's because the most viewers on YouTube are children, right? The young people. It's a young person's game and they like all that shit. So yeah, I mean, go and look at the biggest YouTube channels. These, like, look at Ryan Toys reviews. It's just kids that watch this stuff over and over and over again. It works on them, yeah. Yep. and everybody else gets like drowned out and just buried.
It's called Udo or Udo.
It's funny when they say it's the algorithm, man. The algorithm works against me. It's not really. It's just the whole thing is set up against you. Unless you're doing children's content or angling your like. Look at all that Jake Paul and Logan Paul. Look at all of their content. It's just aimed at kids, man. Just young, impressionable kids. And the thing is, the irony of it is, everybody's getting older every single day. So it looks really cringe when you see Logan and Jake acting like the kid that they were when they were kids, you know, like you look at, what's his name? Jack Doherty, right? Like an absolute douchebag. He's now getting older, but he's still acting like the child that he was when he started YouTube. It's just so dumb. It makes it even worse from an ethical, moral standpoint, targeting kids. Yeah. Yep. All of that is targeted again towards children to buy that merch and do this and do that, get your parents' credit card and spend up money, and it's criminal, man. But that's just it. That's the game. Sucks, but
here's the chart from the day before he pumped it to a couple months later. Wow, look at that. BitBoy's fans holding the bag yet again? Saying this is problematic is an understatement.
Promoting pump and dumps wasn't the only way Ben stole value from the community, as he frequently took other people's content and presented it as his own.
Now that's the part I wanted to cover of him just scamming his fans, but there's more. He also just straight up steals from other content creators. Here you can see that I guess BitBoy is paying for this guy's crypto calls, and he's stolen the chart that the Twitter user Smart Contractor had behind a paywall, posted it on his own YouTube channel like he made the chart.
Atozi's video only highlighted a handful of Ben's crimes against the community. There was no telling how many other scam tokens he promoted to his audience. Although thanks to Zach XBT and CoffeeZilla, we know how much it would take for Ben to sell out his audience.
He's the largest YouTube crypto channel, and I found this media kit thanks to Zach on Twitter, who's always digging up really interesting crypto stories. Now, here in this media...
Now, this is interesting, right? So I don't see... I'm on a limb here. I don't see this as being a problem. I don't see a creator having a media kit, like a schedule of payments for services rendered. I don't see that as being a problem. Everybody that makes something or that provides a service should be able to outline the costs involved. So for CoffeeZilla and everybody else that made videos sort of slamming BitBoy for this, I don't agree. I think that every creator should be able to provide this. And I think these guys got this by pretending to be, hey, we want to invest. We want you to make a video for us. So can you send us your kit so we know what we're up for? If you went and booked a job in anywhere, like you take your surfboard in to get it repaired, the guy's going to tell you how much it costs, right? You take your vehicle into the garage, to the workshop. They're going to tell you what they're going to do. They're going to give you an outline. There's nothing inherently wrong with this. The problem is a separate problem, but this was the point when CoffeeZilla, I believe this is when he came in and made his kind of first attack at BitBoy for having these, what he considered exorbitant prices. I can't recall. The pricing, it may be high, but that's almost irrelevant what he charges. It's up to the creator or the people that run the channel, because I believe he had a conglomerate of people to decide their pricing. Just like it's up to the tradesman. If you go and get a roof repaired, right? I need a new roof. I'll get a quote from 3 different repair dudes, and they're like, yeah, well, one of them's going to be a lot bigger and one of them's going to be a lot less. It depends on which one you want to go for. More established or a young dude who's just getting started. That's the same deal. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with the ultimate point here. There's nothing wrong with charging for a video. Nothing wrong with that at all. That's not the problem here. Charging someone to create something on YouTube is not the issue. Flowski, it's like to be big in crypto, you have to be eccentric tabloid celebrity. Lends itself to skepticism of the market as a whole. A tabloid celebrity. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's 2 angles here. Like, if you get a channel, and BitBoy went from 3,000 subscribers to 1 million, 3,500 to 1 million pretty quick. So he accumulated an audience very fast. So he's already earning a substantial amount of money from views. And then there's a perceived value on, hey, if you want me to make a video for you, I can reach 1 million people. So my reach at minimum is close to $1 million. So therefore my price is going to equate to that. If you want me to make a video for your product, it's going to cost X amount of dollars. I say this from like historical, like I can say this because I've done this. So I know that when my channel was getting a lot of success through the snorkel video, suddenly I had a viable product in the sense that I've got a reach now to a potential 2 million viewers based upon a video I made going semi-viral and getting quite quickly 1 million views, then 1.5 million, up to 2, whatever it is now, 2.3 or something. So when these brands would approach me and say, hey, we've seen your 2 million view snorkel video, what would it cost for you to make a video of our snorkel? For the start of that process, for me, I was like, well, it's going to be around about $1,000. But then it went up. And it went up because I said to myself, well, hold on, $1,000 to make a video is not a lot of money for these companies. They have a marketing budget. They want to reach as many people as possible. They believe I can do that based upon looking at my channel and where it was going at that point in history. It looked like that trajectory was continuing to go up. And it was for a little while. Ultimately, though, and this is where integrity comes in, most of those brands, and if you go back and look at all my snorkel videos, most of those brands at the beginning, if you chronologically look at the different releases, the first few of them are all kind of similar. The mask is pretty standard. Then you start to see weird ones like the Amio Power Breather. That was a total different game. Then there was this weird, I can't remember the brand name, but there was a 2-pronged snorkel mask. All these different varieties. That's because I was saying no to brands. I was saying, unless you have something that's different to what I've already reviewed, I'm either going to quote you a ridiculous sum. Some of those people paid it. I was like, you really going to pay me that much money to, okay, I'm going to Fiji then. If you're going to pay me that much money, let's go. Most of them balked at it and said, I can't pay that. And I was like, okay, then no worries. Because I didn't want to make the video. There is a point to being someone who has the facility, someone who can manufacture a product, and them going on Amazon and finding a snorkel mask, getting the schema for it and creating their own, basically a knockoff. There's plenty of them, right? And what you found was these brands would come in and they'd say, we got a snorkel mask, we need you to review it. I'd go and look at their other products and they'd all be the same shit, just these weird copies of existing products. And I'm like, I'm not doing that. So my point here, I don't know this CoffeeZilla guy, and I love what he does, but I don't think he and everybody else who attacked BitBoy based upon finding his media kit, I don't think there's anything in that. I think it's a lousy tactic because people will balk at the price. People will say, he gets paid $35,000 to do a 10-minute slot on a YouTube video? Yeah. He has a reach of over 1 million people. He accumulated those people from 3,500 to 1 million. He's got a reach. He's got an audience. If you want to get really big in crypto, you have to wear a pink and blue mohawk and a Monopoly guy, billionaire, air up piece, and wiggle your neck while holding. Yeah. Or some other random junk, yeah. The Amio Power Breather seemed like it was mostly legit. Do you know what, dude? Of all those snorkel products, the Seaview 180 version 1 and the Seaview 180 V2 and the Amio Power Breather, they're the only ones that I've kept. I actually threw everything else out. I gave it to people on the beach. I was like, do you want a snorkel mask? Have these. Gave some to a bunch of kids up there, Kalala Bay, something. Yeah, but the Amio Power Breather, if you're going to do fitness swimming, that is an absolute genius piece of tech. The Amio Power Breather is rad.
Kit, we can see the demographics of BitBoy's channel, but we can also see how much it costs for, getting shouted out. Dedicated review, $35,000. Live stream, just pay $20,000. You could be in a live stream mention. YouTube interview, oh, well, that's going to cost you $40,000. Telegram AMA, oh, that's going to be $10,000. And a website article, only $2,500, guys.
See, he's kind of scoffing at the prices. I just don't think this is a smart tactic.
Just $2,500. You can be written about by BitBoy Crypto. Now, I reached out to him to confirm this is real. He did confirm this is authentic pricing. But now we know how much he's been paid. There it is. $40,000. You too can be interviewed by BitBoy Crypto.
Again, I just got to be super clear. I just don't think this is a salient point because you could find this info for every YouTuber if you really wanted it. The way to find it is to pretend you're needing a dedicated review or a dedicated live stream. How much would that cost? They'll send you the media kit. This is not a smoking gun at all.
Without saying, but that kind of revelation would severely damage any crypto creator's reputation, and Ben was no exception. After all, the main selling point of crypto channels like BitBoy was the fact they provided reliable and credible insights on the market. If those insights were just random tokens that creators were paid to promote, then viewers weren't going to keep engaging with their content.
Well, how else do you think YouTube works? Of course they're paid to promote.
However, it wouldn't be the shady promotions.
This is nothing different than... Okay, another little tangent here. Go to the radio, turn on the commercial radio. How do you think the music gets to the station? They're paying to play that shit. You're hearing music because the record companies are paying the radio station to play it. This is no different, right? Like, this doesn't make any sense. This is a crazy argument, or not an argument. It's just a stupid point.
That destroyed Ben's career. It would be his reckless crusade to cover it up. On the 23rd of August 2022, Atozy uploaded a video titled "I Got Sued," in which he detailed a fresh and ongoing legal battle with Ben. Apparently, Ben didn't like how Atozy exposed his pump and dump promotion and filed a defamation lawsuit against him.
Defendant's conduct was directed towards Armstrong and has caused Armstrong severe emotional distress. As a result of the defendant's outrageous statements, Armstrong now suffers from severe anxiety that he will be perceived as a felon, a fraud, and an untrustworthy in business or in general. Armstrong now has recurring bouts of depression about whether defendant's defamatory statements will harm Armstrong financially and socially, and whether he'll be able to recover his good reputation and business as a result. Contemplating the loss of his livelihood and his good standing in society has left Armstrong in a fragile emotional state with virtually no confidence that things will be better in the future. Plaintiff has sustained damages in excess of $75,000 as a direct and proximate result of Atozy's torturous conduct. I think it's insane that I'm being sued for expressing my own opinions. I thought I lived in America.
Something Atozy pointed out that made the lawsuit even more baseless is how Ben had publicly admitted to promoting scams in the past and had no issues with it being reported by other journalists.
Armstrong is one of the most watched crypto influencers on YouTube. His channel, BitBoy Crypto, has amassed more than 1.5 million subscribers. For years, Armstrong said that he accepted payments from crypto companies to tout their new products for his vast audience of subscribers. That's a practice where he says he now regrets because it led to some painful losses of his own viewers. In the fall of 2020, Armstrong announced his partnership with a cryptocurrency called DistX, calling it the most trusted coin. He said the whole idea of DistX was to stop scams in crypto, but Armstrong said in the end, the project itself ended up being a scam. The project team rug pulled, meaning they worked to increase the market cap and then disappeared, leaving investors holding the bag. The new coin is down 99%, valued at less than a penny.
Atozy ended the video by stating he'd be tackling the lawsuit head-on, despite the expensive legal costs, in hopes members of his community would be kind enough to assist him in the upcoming battle.
I'm going to be standing up for myself because I don't believe people should just be able to throw money at lawyers to make their shady actions go away. And I also don't think that people should be rewarded by filing outrageous lawsuits. Clearly, I don't have all the money to fight this lawsuit because I've been quoted from various lawyers that this could cost $50,000 to $500,000 just to defend myself. So if you guys do want to support me here, I will be linking a GoFundMe down.
Let's get a GoFundMe going to get that music be funded by record companies. Dude, if that ever happened, I'd have to do a big double take. Are you saying you're going to give me money to make music? Have you heard my music? Is this a joke? I'll be sitting in there with a record label, be like, did you actually listen? And they're like, yeah, we listened. And you want to give me money to make more? Okay, it's your loss. Sure, let's go.
Below, a Bitcoin address, an Ethereum address in the description down below. If there's any leftover funds from this, I will be donating this to various charities because I have no intentions of profiting from raising money from you guys.
As Atozy was preparing to face the impending lawsuit, Ben was already claiming victory and making snarky comments about his GoFundMe on Twitter, reading, "The 16-year-olds out in full force today. Good thing their attention spans are 4.2 seconds. I'm sure they can all borrow a $10 note."
You could be the next Weird Al. I mean, my music would be, I mean, you know what would actually, look, let's tangent for a second, but what would be more possible, I feel, if anything was ever to happen for me in terms of music, which I'm not pursuing, like I don't care for this. I like making music to make you guys laugh. I like doing it so that it keeps me entertained. But what I would find intriguing would be for a record company to take a listen to all of my back catalog and say, there is something in there. Let's work on something together. Like let's not give you a record advance, like, but let's see if we can do a select release on something like an EP or something, and just see if there's let's put the feelers out there. Because to be clear, no matter what you do with your own music, there's no real way to break into anything unless you already have established connections in the industry. And I know how difficult it is when your product is something incredible. You know, I've been there with Tracer. So this is an example of a band, a creative output of 3 musicians that literally can kill it, right? And look what happened to them. 6, 7 years, 8 years of hard work, and basically it's all over. You know, there's no money. So for someone to have that conversation with me, it would be like, really? If those dudes can't make it, there's no way I can make it. But that's not like, I don't want to be a touring artist and I don't want to do all that shit. But I would like someone to say, there's something here. Let's get you working with someone. Let's get you teamed up with a producer and let's see what you can do. Let's see. You've done it all yourself for many years. Let's see what would happen if like,
this is reality.
What would happen if you got hooked up with some weird producer, someone, I don't know, someone that you aspire, like that you like, and you spent a month in a rainforest and you just recorded music with them and then you put out an EP or something? What would happen? That would be fun and it would be interesting. I think it would not sell. I think it would be an absolute, but it would be, for me, it would be like intriguing. How you doing, Elfsar? You're Frank Zappa mixed with Weird Al. Yeah. I don't want to be those two though. I like Weird Al Yankovic. I don't really know much Frank Zappa. Find it very difficult to listen to. It's kind of weird, isn't it? The music that I guess my music sounds like is not like you might say my music is kind of a little deer hoof. Right? There's a little element of it to that shit. And I hate that stuff. I can't stand it. I often think of my music, it's kind of there's like architecture in Helsinki. There's a sort of a similar vibe there. I don't like that either. Well, I don't dislike it, but yeah. Flowski, my music is similar in the sense that I do it just for fun. Silly stuff. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of weird, isn't it? Because like I want to put out a really good product, but I don't care what happens. Once it's out there, I genuinely don't care if it, like, I just want you guys, I just want people that know me to have a giggle, to get it and go, dude, really? This is what you did? This is what you've been spending the last 7 months on? That's what I like. And also the process for me sitting down here, I've been playing a lot of bass and I'm really enjoying bass playing. I love that process of, and there's this one song I'm covering, which I've mentioned. I haven't told you what it is, but anyway, there's a guitar solo that for years I listened to, and it's not until playing it that I can actually understand how difficult it is to do. It's like I've heard this for decades, and I've sung it in my head, and I've tried to play it, and now that I have the tablature and I can see it and I've plotted it out in my door and I've got my guitar in there, I'm like, this is very difficult. Therefore, I have more of an appreciation for that band based upon how difficult this is for me to do, and then they do it live as well, you know? Crazy, man. Bitterkind Deerhoof? You don't think I'm like Deerhoof? Okay. I write most of my songs for my 3 friends from high school. Pure crap. Yeah, man. Yeah. No one else would even laugh at it, but that's why it's fun. Yeah. It's kind of cool. I mean, look, we have the technology now. We can all sit down and we can record. I said this the other time. You can jam. You can jam with Logic now. It's not the same, but it's essentially you can tell the program what key you're in. You can change the tempo. You can do an adaptive tempo to a song that you like, and you can jam with it. It's kind of rad, actually. I've only ever written one song. I only ever played it to friends. That's nice, man. That's beautiful.
Purse to help you out, bud. When will folks figure out that everything you try to do to hurt me only helps me? That has to be so frustrating. I just keep winning, and the wins are only about to get bigger. Unfortunately for Ben, things weren't going to be that easy, as the community was quickly rallying behind Atozy. From donations in tens of thousands to uploading videos covering the situation, the internet was going to give Atozy anything he needed to fight the lawsuit.
I think at this time I'd raised about $30,000 in total, which was insane. I realize now, like, wow.
Oh man, yeah, Flo. Sorry, I didn't tap into that. Flowski said, I like the concept that AI could write tracks along my vocals, but I resist using it because it feels too cheap. So AI music, it's a difficult one because this is how I look at it. I don't use it. I have used it, but I don't use it. But the way I look at it is, I'll be sitting here and I'll have like usually, and I can show it to you. I come up with lyrics. Like today I went on an 11K fitness walk and I've got my phone out every 5 minutes writing down a lyric because it just comes to my head when I'm walking. So I write all these things down. How I would use Google in the past, and this is no different, right? So let's say you've got a beautiful lyric and the last word you want to rhyme, but you don't know what word rhymes with that. What do? You go to the rhyme zone or the rhyming dictionary, you type the word in. Before Google and before the internet, you'd pull out a book, you'd pull out a physical book and you'd look up words that rhyme with purple, of which there are none. You'd find the word and that's how you do it. So we now have the ability to, and this is where it does get a bit sketchy because you can go to ChatGPT or Copilot or whatever and say, what word rhymes with purple? And then you can do it and say, I've already got this lyric, write me the next lyric that rhymes with purple, which I don't think is if you do that, you've now taken away from, but it's such a strange line because you could say, well, you didn't know what the word was that rhymed with it. So before that, you didn't have anything to go with, but now you have the whole line. But I guess the problem is, how far do you, where do you stop it? Because you could just say, I want to write a song about this, do it. But that's not, I think it's up to the individual. I'm nutting this out as we speak, but I think it's up to the individual to decide what they're going to use the tool for. How much, if you're stuck and you go to the rhyme zone or the rhyming dictionary, that's great because it trips you back into it breaks that momentum and you can keep going. But if you're so stuck that you haven't got anything and you use all the tools to give you the whole thing, it is cheating and it's not you. But I can also see how it slides together. It's a weird, I've not thought about it, but I've chosen in my own music, I've chosen not to use it. But this is where I feel like it's contradictory. I'll go to Songster, like for these two covers that I'm done, I've gone to Songster and I've said, show me the tabs to the bass. And so on the one monitor, I've got Songster with the bass tabs, and on the other, I've got the song in my DAW, tempo matched, and I got my bass out, and I'm like, okay, I can play that bit. Oh, I can't play that. Okay, loop it, play it in the DAW on loop, and I'll get that bit down. I'm like, okay, I can play that bit now. I'll have that. I'll record it. I'll go to the next bar. Can I play that bar? I can already play that bar because it's a repeat of the first bar. Okay, that bar now goes into that bar, and it's got a tweak. Okay, I can play that bar straight, so I can do that whole bit. So basically, I'm playing along, but I'm not playing from the start of the song to the end of the song. That's not what I do. I do it in segments. So then you think, well, what's the difference? You've used part of the internet to show you the bass line, then you've played it as a loop, but you don't have it. But then the other thing, this is okay. I guess I don't have an answer because it's killing me. I couldn't do my music without the internet, but how much of the internet do you use? I think the ultimate thing for me would be, at some point, can you play the song? Or is it only, and this is where, this is a great topic. Do you want to be a performance artist or do you want to be a recording artist? I don't want to be a performance artist. I want to be a recording artist. So therefore, there is no need to perform the entire song. But as I get better at my chosen instrument, in this case, bass, it makes me a better bass player to be able to perform the song. You see what I'm saying? Now, in the chat, Farkle rhymes with purple. Farkle and purple. Really? I kind of like that. That's cool, H-Man. I think it's cool to make stuff that is an expression of life or emotion. Right on, yep. Words that rhyme with purple, 2 syllables. Curple, herple, herple, 3 syllables. M-purple, impurple, interpearl. They're not even words, Elfsar. Now put those into a sentence. Orange is considered one of the hardest words in the English language to rhyme with. There's no perfect rhyme. Orange. Aren't you glad of that? Hey, Charles, how you doing, man? Flowski, we all have to be, and Flo, we all have to be a little contradictory for certain things because AI is a useful tool to save time. Isn't always called AI. Take Photoshop's context. Right on. Yeah, context fill. It's acceptable AI. That is a great point, dude. Yeah, and we all use that, man. We all use that. I mean, I use it to fill in, like I'll use it to crop an image and say, make this 16:9, fill in with content aware. Been using content aware fill for, I mean, clone stamp tool, right? What is it? S. Yeah, S and then stamp and paste. I used to use that in graphic design like in 2005. Yeah. Okay, good point. I love it. Not like some madman.
This is still going to be expensive for me, but maybe not as expensive as what I thought it would be. But lo and behold, this man is definitely a man of his word. And he sent me over $100,000 in USDC, which is a stable coin on Ethereum. So not only did this dude buy me a domain, but he also sent me $100,000. What do you even say to that? Other than thank you. Holy shit. Like, I'm still speechless just thinking about that. But some anonymous person also donated $25,000 to the GoFundMe. Then the Twitter user ZachXPT and PassCT organized an auction where they were auctioning away this image where the proceeds were going to go to my defense fund, and the top bid was over $5,000 at one point. And then all the individual donations from my community and the crypto community, I was in shock.
Now that Atozy was ready to handle the lawsuit, Ben decided it wasn't a battle worth fighting and withdrew the lawsuit.
At this point, it has become public. It's become
So when he heard that he had a lot of money to fight it, Ben's like, I'm not going to bother anymore.
an absolute debacle. We know Kobe gave him $100,000, so hopefully that money will go to good use. But yeah, so we are going to drop a lawsuit, 100%. And I'm sorry this became public. I'm sorry that this has been, misconstrued. But I just want you guys to understand why I was doing this. This was not about a slapstick lawsuit. I know that's what everybody says, right? It's frivolous. It's not frivolous. When someone implies that you can be in trouble from the SEC, that is not frivolous, guys. That's a very, very, very serious matter. And so from my perspective, trying to defend my reputation, trying to get him to remove the video that literally has wrong information in it, that was all I wanted. This wasn't supposed to get this far. Like I said, there is nothing really we can do.
There's some similarities.
There's some similarities.
So hopefully, Atozy, now that we're going to be officially dropping this, so that is going to be happening.
It seems like whenever his crazy antics enter the public eye, Ben goes from being a bully, mercilessly oppressing others, to a spineless coward willing to say or do anything to escape punishment. Unfortunately for Ben, dismissing the lawsuit wasn't going to make the backlash going away, as users dug deeper into his token promotions. Apparently, Ben had heavily promoted failed crypto projects like FTX and Celsius, deleted his videos about them, and retroactively slandered their founders.
Let's talk about the secret token, FTT. That is the token of FTX. Sam Bankman-Fried, everything this man touches turns to gold. I don't know.
Not really.
There's a massive story out right now about FTN. FTT is potentially going to be one of the few coins I believe that could go up in the bear market.
We are tired of people that look like this guy trying to run stuff. I don't represent the people, the fuck I don't. I'm the one who does. It's me.
That's got to be clipped, man. The fuck I don't.
Run stuff. I don't represent the people, the fuck I don't. I'm the one who does.
I got to get a I got to do this off screen or off stream because this version of this isn't the clean one. But I'll just screen record. I'll just record the part of the stream so it reminds me to come back and grab it. Starting a recording. Just
trying to run stuff. I don't represent the people, the fuck I don't. I'm the one who does. It's me. I'm the one out here putting the work in behind the scenes trying to save crypto while these devils
just gives me a reminder that I can go back and try to find the original one of that without the background music. That's all.
Sam Bankman-Fried, Brian Armstrong, they are trying to permanently ruin it. This is not about money for me. I hope you guys understand this. I am here fighting for you.
By the end of 2000,
have you not seen this before, Netsky? Have you not? How you doing, man? Not sure why this video is interesting to many people. Like, how many people get scammed if they have half a brain? This is gold. This gets really good. I mean, we must be half. Yeah. Oh wow. Okay, we're about 3/4 of the way through. It's hard to tell if it's a performance or real emotion. Kind of sounds like Joker yelling for drama's sake. Ooh, interesting point. I believe this is real. I believe he is on some pretty nasty medications. This is pretty interesting though. Gets nasty.
In 2022, practically everyone on the internet knew how shady, dishonest, and manipulative Ben was, and they weren't afraid to say it to his face.
Let's hear it. Where's the evidence? Where's the evidence? Give the evidence. Give the evidence. This is your moment. Okay. Prove unequivocally. Show me a media sheet. Show me a media sheet and say that's evidence.
All right, let's go and see, right? All the evidence posted by Zach XB.
A thread from a year ago.
It doesn't matter whether it's a year ago, right?
No, hold on. When you do this.
Please go and check all the evidence.
Okay, so you're a child molester. You're a child molester. You're a child molester.
Okay, can you let me complete now?
No, I don't have to. I don't have to back it up with evidence. It's just something that I said.
You know
this
what?
woman is a child molester. She's a murderer. She's a murderer.
Look at you. You're shaking.
By the start of 2023, Ben's shady crypto deals.
I hadn't seen that interaction before. That was pretty intense. It sounds like I'm the one who knocks. Anything with a huge drama seems to be a scam.
Finally caught up with him, as his name was listed in a $1 billion lawsuit against the promoters of FTX. Naturally, Ben tried to weasel his way out of the court case by claiming he was never sponsored by FTX, but viewers were quick to remind him and hold him accountable.
FTT. Number 2, Thorchain. Okay. Now, FTT. Why? I've said before, this is going to be one of the #1 coins we were going to accumulate in the bear market. But got some inside info that this thing is about to explode in the next few weeks.
Sadly, Ben couldn't handle the truth and defaulted to harassing the attorney handling the lawsuit.
Netsky, what was the Bitcoin one that stole his money? BitConnect! That's another one we should look at. We've already done that, but BitConnect was classic.
It would even go as far as threatening to countersuit for quote defamation.
It would have been so much easier for them to leave me off the lawsuit. And it would have been far better to do your due diligence to find out that I never promoted FTX instead of putting me on there. Just slammed up with everybody else. The judge will probably throw it out because it's frivolous. But here's the thing about a frivolous lawsuit. Now that it has been put out there, Mr. and Mrs. Law firms behind all this, now it's been put out there. Now you can't take it back. Now you have, in fact, defamed my name with 100% provably false allegations. So, you guys are in the lawyering game? Well, guess what? Better lawyer up, because your friend old cousin BitBoy is going to be coming riding into town on a horse, a legal horse, with a whip.
While all of this was going on, Ben was setting up yet another pump and dump with his newly created Ben token. Initially, Ben claimed that he was investing in the coin longer term, but as soon as the price spiked, he dumped the token on his fans. Stealing from his fans, lying to promote coins, and bullying anyone that criticized him was second nature to Ben by now. He didn't care if people knew he was a scammer.
Wait. Apparently the Queen was behind BitConnect? I didn't know that the royal family was involved. Shit.
Not, all that mattered to Ben was how he could abuse his position in the crypto community for personal gain. Unfortunately for Ben, he wouldn't have that power for much longer. As
Elon pumped and dumped Bitcoin. If you're saying he pumped and dumped Bitcoin, Hendrik, in the sense that he bought a lot, he used it on the Tesla ledgers for a while. You could pay Bitcoin to buy Teslas for a while. Is that a pump and dump though?
Company he worked for decided it was time for a change in leadership. By the 27th of August 2023, Ben lost access to the main BitBoy crypto Twitter and made this tweet on his personal account, claiming his colleagues were trying to steal his company. TJ Shed and Justin Williams have attempted to coup at my company. There has been a mutiny at BitBoy Crypto and Hit Network, but it won't work. They have no leverage. Until they can clone me, I have nothing to worry about. The very next day, the investment company that owns the BitBoy YouTube channel announced that Ben
He used it in his purchase of Twitter. He used Bitcoin to do that? I didn't know that.
Would no longer be working with them. Reading, yesterday, BJ Investment Holdings, the parent company of Hit Network, took a decisive legal action in removing Ben Armstrong from the company, and specifically the BitBoy crypto brand. According to their post, the sudden takeover was necessary because Ben had become a major financial and social liability to the company. Reading, this difficult decision is a culmination of a prolonged effort to help Ben during his relapse into substance abuse, as well as reconcile the emotional, physical, and financial.
So we've jumped forward a fair bit here because BitBoy loses control over his own company. So he gets a hostile takeover, I guess. Like the rest of the company said, we got to get this guy out. And they're citing drug use, which is the first time we've really heard of any kind of drug usage with BitBoy. He was a pretty clean, religious man who made a lot of money in crypto. But now we're talking about drug usage. This is all a little bit new because I was watching his content earlier, just as this was kind of leading into, that's when I was kind of watching.
Damage he has done to the employees of Hit Network and to the BitBoy crypto community. In response to the news, Ben decided to file a lawsuit against his former colleagues and begged fans to support him financially.
And the fact is I was under duress, and I've been under duress, guys. Like, when people see what they did to me with this Lamborghini, trying to bleed me out, that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to bleed me out of money so I can't fight. And so today, as I put $20 in my gas tank earlier that I had to borrow from someone because I've been 100% cut off from all my money. My wife's American Express card, well, that wasn't paid for the last month. That wasn't paid. It was supposed to be getting...
It's funny, he talks about his wife here, but all this while he had a mistress as well. Nevsky, apparently when there was some connection to BitConnect with the family, I can't prove... Okay.
paid by people that work for me, and they didn't do it, so the credit card's maxed out. And
by the way, Gibbs, what do you use to work out your crypto transactions for the tax department? Just asking if you do it that way. Yeah, Nevsky's, I'm probably going to keep that to myself, that kind of information. Probably best not to broadcast, but let's just say there are a bunch of options out there. And yeah, I've heard you ask about that before. I think we just need to be a little bit clearer about what kind of financial information is out there online.
We're in a tough spot here because they're
with
trying to
peace
make
and
me
love.
Stop fighting. And so I humbly ask that if I've ever done anything for you, if I've ever encouraged you, if I've ever given you a dream that you might have something different, if I've helped, if some of my content has helped you, or if you're on the outside of this situation looking in and you see how dirty what's happening is, then I humbly ask that you donate. Whatever you want to donate is fine.
It's almost poetic that Ben was seeking support with a lawsuit after putting someone under the exact same position a few years prior. With a track record like that, it's no wonder why viewers were roasting him in the comments. When boasting, begging, and legal battles didn't get Ben what he wanted, he resorted to old-fashioned bullying tactics, and took a page out of SS Sniperwolf's book and started a stream right in front of his former colleague's home.
Yeah,
this is where Carlos lives, guys. I am live.
This is getting nasty now. This gets hard.
Streaming from Carlos's house. Carlos has my Lamborghini right here in his garage. So today, guys, I'm going to be live streaming and I'm going to be telling the entire story of Carlos Diaz, who Carlos Diaz is. I'm going to be talking about all the people he's affiliated with. I'm going to be talking about how he got into my building. I'm going to talk about all of it. Hope you guys are ready. He just answered the door, so I know this is him for sure, right here. I'm not scared of you, Carlos.
Wow.
For the next several minutes, Ben would have a complete meltdown over what happened between him and Hit Network. From accusing them of threatening his life to unfairly taking his Lamborghini, Ben couldn't stop raving about how much he was the victim, and he would have continued all night if police didn't show up to arrest him.
Here they are. Here's the police. Here's the police. Police are here, guys. So we'll have to talk to him here in a second. Here's the point. He goes out there. He doesn't even go out there. He pays someone to take pictures in front of Ben Dottie's house, okay? And then he tells them, I better hurry up quickly here. He told me he went out there and roughed up Ben Dottie, fought him and beat him up, and Maxine Waters, a politician, told him to kill Ben Dottie with a fentanyl syringe.
Sounds legit. Wait, Hendrik, to be fair, my purchase of a Lamborghini fell through because I got evicted from your place.
Yep. Hey, how's it going? Oh, stop. Oh, stop. I couldn't hear.
You have a weapon on you.
No, I do not.
Okay.
I do not.
So.
I have one in my vehicle, but I do not have a weapon on me.
Okay.
Okay.
Do me a favor.
Doesn't he also have, isn't this where he has to confess that he's got a mistress? He's a family man with children and a wife, but he also has a chick on the side and she's in the vehicle at this point. I think this is what happens here.
Sorry, I reached too fast. I'm sorry. Sorry. Okay.
Put your phone down.
Okay. 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 I'll put the phone down. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. Put the phone down.
Even after being released from police custody, Ben continued his crusade against Hit Network.
Wait, he didn't show that bit? That's a shame.
Rebranded one of his old YouTube channels and tried to turn the public opinion in his favor with several exposed videos about his former company.
Talk about what really went down. No speculation, no theories, just cold hard facts. Multi-million-dollar crypto empire stolen. A fake police narrative crafted to cover it up. A forged document that's already put people in handcuffs. But the main perpetrators of an actual real life, live on YouTube, RICO conspiracy, well, they're still all walking free, just making content on YouTube like nothing ever happened. This isn't just about a Lamborghini. This is, and I will prove it today, organized crime. This is a RICO level conspiracy that law enforcement here locally is actively ignoring. And it all starts with one undeniable fact. TJ Shedd, his father Timothy Shedd Sr., and thug Carlos Diaz all are 100% guilty of criminal extortion. And guess what? This time, I've got all of the proof.
The accusations of misconduct weren't only one-sided, as employees of his network also shared their allegations about Ben.
He can take shots at me all he wants. I don't care. He can call me names, whatever. I don't care. But I know him. He's a bully and he's a psychopath, and his family deserves better. So if he could be exposed as being the scammer that he is, everyone already knows that he's a piece of shit as a human being. But if I can expose him for the scammer that he is and make Bethany set up to take care of her family, then I'm doing my job as a good person. Because
this is so weird. This is almost over, but they haven't mentioned anything about the mistress. Wow.
Evil men prosper when good men do nothing. And I'm not saying like I'm a great person, but like I'm at Discover Crypto. I had a hand in Ben becoming as famous as he is. And I feel a sense of responsibility to call this stuff out just because I know the guy so well.
This back and forth would continue for several months, and in that time, Ben gradually lost everything, from his wife divorcing him following the discovery of his affair, to the majority of his audience abandoning him. Ben had everything he worked for slowly stripped away from him. When you factor in how badly Ben abused his previous success, it's no wonder why almost no one on the internet felt sorry for him. People only showed Ben any concern when he posted this message before he briefly went missing in February of 2025. Hit Network for 18 months has destroyed my life. DJ Shred has willfully targeted me. Congrats to him. Cassie and I broke up today. The day I start telling the story, I'm willing to lose Cassie, my lawyers, my kids, my audience, my channel, and my life before I'm going to die without people knowing what's actually happened.
Sounds like a suicide note, doesn't it? Cassie is his mistress. He doesn't mention his wife there, though. That's kind of strange.
A few days later, Ben resurfaced with a 4-hour stream titled Manifesto, in which he ranted about his entire feud with Hit Network, legal battles, and ultimate fall from grace.
You're gonna listen to my demands!
Yeah.
I will make them at the end.
At this point, it didn't matter how much Ben kicked and screamed about the alleged injustices done to him. No one was willing to hear him out. Regardless of whether Hit Network was in the wrong or not, after a creator spreads their career taking advantage of others, it's only natural for people to laugh when the tables get turned on them. It's safe to say that Ben's downfall is completely self-inflicted. Ben took his success for granted and got greedy. He wanted to make a quick buck off his fans, got called out for it, and had a complete meltdown over it. Currently, it seems Ben's career will never return to its former glory. Most of his major crypto assets have been taken away, his credibility is non-existent, and almost all of his recent videos struggle to garner even a few thousand views.
I thought this
would numbers like that, it would take nothing short of a miracle to get Ben's career back on track.
It's a shame.
But that miracle is like...
I really thought this would have gone deeper into his blowout, but it didn't. I just wonder, BitBoy, does he still have a channel? Well, here's an update. 5 months ago, crypto millionaire who sued me is now facing 15 years in prison. I feel like we should continue watching. This is another. We might not be able to take anything else though if we watch this, but it's another. This is from Atozy himself. We should check this out. Let's take a look.
Lambo being taken away from his business partner. Then he was arrested outside of his business partner's house with his mistress when he showed up to steal his Lamborghini back. Then he got out of jail, got divorced, started touring the world with his mistress and even fighting in a few boxing matches. She ended up dumping him, and then he dropped this manifesto and eventually ended up in jail and is now facing 15 years in prison. At this point, it seems
How is that shot, dude?
And eventually ended up in jail and is now facing 15.
Look at that mugshot. That's a man at the end of his tether, hey. Holy shit, his eyes are just vacant. That's horrible. Wow. 1 million subscribers following this guy. Look at him there, man. That's obviously his mugshot, but wow-wee.
Years in prison. At this point, it seems like he's lived like multiple lifetimes in the span of like 3 years. And to be honest, I didn't expect this to go downhill as quickly because, again, all this happened in like 3 years. So meet Ben Armstrong, or BitBoy Crypto. Many of you guys would recognize him as the dude who sued me for defamation a few years ago.
So I just got some stuff for you.
Oh, what is it?
I don't know. It's just a box.
I don't need it.
Well, you've been served early.
What are you doing?
Yeah, got served.
So yeah, I have officially...
Looks like a mugshot of a meth user. Yeah, that's a horrible mugshot. That's probably the worst mugshot I've ever seen, considering what the guy looks like.
Been sued. Why did he do that? Well, because I made a video about his video on this token called PAMP, where he literally said, this coin can only go up. So I called him out for scamming his audience after that coin rug pulled. He obviously didn't like that, so he sent me a cease and desist to delete the video. I completely ignored that, and then a few months later, he ended up suing me. And to me, and this is my opinion, it seemed like he wanted to sue me to drain me for as much money as possible because he wanted to get back at me because I made this video on him. And again,
he probably wanted to rebuy his Lamborghini as well.
And this is because he didn't like a video of mine where I called him out for scamming his audience. So I guess his brilliant idea was to sue me, which backfired on him because I didn't want to surrender to a scammer. So I decided to make him suing me as public as possible because he didn't want this public at all. Because at the end of the day, he didn't have a case. And I wanted to make sure that people knew that he was being paid to bring retail investors into awful investments. So I decided to make a response and raise funds to fight this. But at the time, I felt like that original video I made on him could cause me some sort of like interstellar moment where that one move cost me 52 years, or maybe instead of 52 years, cost me like, I don't know, 5 to 10 years of my life. Because if I somehow lost that suit, had to pay for his attorney.
I don't rewatch that film, hey, The Interstellar. It's such a good movie. It's been a while.
Pay my attorney's fees and whatever damages he decided to claim, that could have been a disgusting amount of money. I would still be paying that off to this day. Because I was hearing this could cost me anywhere from like, $50,000 all the way into the millions. So, awesome. Thankfully, we dodged that bullet because of you guys. Because in the US, unfortunately, you can keep appealing and delaying a suit, and that will then cost the person way more money. And meanwhile, the dude is out here flexing his lavish lifestyle and claiming to be worth over $10 million. But thanks to all of you guys, and specifically Kobe, who donated over $100,000, combined, we raised about $250,000 overnight. And
I wonder what that money went to. $250,000 overnight? The hell?
Kobe, who donated over $100,000, combined, we raised about $250,000 overnight. And
he raised $250,000, $250,000 overnight, and then the lawsuit got dropped. So where did this I guess you'll explain, but where did the money go?
you know, just over 24 hours later, BitBoy then decided to drop the lawsuit because, in my opinion, he just assumed that it wouldn't financially hurt me anymore and it became too public. He wanted this hidden. Again, this is my opinion for why he dropped that lawsuit. Who knows what really happened though? But that really does set the bar for the kind of person that we're dealing with today. And unfortunately for Big Ben here, the clock was really ticking because, you know, since the last time I covered him on this channel, things have gotten so much worse for him. And this whole story is just so deeply interconnected from start to finish that skipping even one single part can throw everything off. It's just like the
I'm glad he made this video. It was 5 months ago, right? Yeah, 5 months ago. So this will bring us up to the most current, I guess. Yeah.
classic butterfly effect. Overlook one shady detail of him and suddenly half of it doesn't make sense. It's just like a bad domino effect. That's essentially his career, specifically the last 3 years. Back to when things were going really well for Ben, he managed to build himself into one of the most recognizable faces in the influencer crypto space. I mean, and I've always thought that he came across as a massive grifter, but apparently there are a lot of impressionable people out there, as the guy was pulling in hundreds of thousands of viewers listening to him talk about what digital coin would make them rich. And his whole brand was built around the idea that he was just some regular dude who figured out the crypto game. And
you know what's kind of ironic? Tozy just kind of like, you know, shaded crypto. What digital coin will make you rich? But yet he got donated. His donation of 100,000 came in the form of USDT, a digital coin. So I'm just saying the irony of like slamming or mocking digital currency is kind of, it doesn't go unnoticed that you did receive digital currency to help your situation.
5 times a week, Ben would go live to his massive audience, breaking down various cryptocurrency projects, discussing coins like, I don't know, Hamp coin, the only coin that can go up only, and basically everything from there to Bitcoin. Essentially, it seems like he covered absolutely everything, from these scams to the more reputable projects. And a big gimmick of his channel was that traditional finance was corrupt, and crypto, that was your real path to financial freedom. Essentially, it was kind of like, see this Lamborghini? My Lamborghini in my garage here, yeah, that wasn't just a car for him. It was pretty much, you know, sold as proof that his system worked, which also is most likely why he was so attached to it. Also, side note, he was definitely the best dressed influencer I've ever seen. Because I mean, you have to be a special kind of person to rock a full Gucci tracksuit and stunt like this.
Or Richard Hart.
This in front of a Lamborghini. There is no self-awareness here, but hey, power to him. But he wasn't always the Lambo stunting Gucci tracksuit wearing guy, because he also came from humble beginnings. Because he would tell people about his past struggles with substance abuse back in the early 2000s, how he got clean, how he went to Christian college, and even married his admissions counselor. He explored various business ventures, including graphic design and running a car wash, all in his search for his calling. But then he discovered digital currencies, or cryptocurrency. And it seems like he really started to rake it in when he found out he could use platforms to promote crypto coins. So when the pandemic hit in 2020, Ben really leveled up his operation. He invested in a professional studio setup, hired a production team, and started cranking out as much crypto content as possible. And for a while, it seemed like nothing could stop him, because at the height of the crypto bubble, Ben claimed his portfolio had around $40 million in various cryptocurrencies. But as we later on found out, it turns out that a lot of those assets weren't technically in Ben's name. They belonged to a company called BJ Investment Holdings that he shared with his business partner TJ Shed. But at the time, this wasn't something he disclosed to his audience. So to me, it seemed like while TJ handled all the business operations, Ben was essentially the face of the brand.
Fuck no, I wish I had been with a crypto scammer. I'm not sure what that's in reference to, Hendrik.
And in 2023, Ben landed a reported $1 million a month sponsorship deal with Stake, an online casino that enables cryptocurrency gambling. But even when Ben was way up on his high horse, there were some clear warning signs, because the dude kept promoting coins that tanked immediately after he posted his video. And then you had all the allegations towards him not properly disclosing if he was actually sponsored by this coin or not. And not disclosing at paid financial partnerships, that's a big no-no, especially when you're indirectly promoting investment advice. But obviously, it was all branded as not financial advice. So that
Oh,
was
you
his
wish you had been a crypto scammer. Right.
out of jail free card. Ironically, he's facing some serious time for not this whatsoever. So going back quickly to 2022, Ben posted on Reddit saying, let's be clear, I'm not going to prison. Maybe some fine one day based on shifting security laws. Yeah, looking back, that comment aged about as well as you would expect, since he clearly should have been more worried about himself rather than regulations.
What if I told you there's a project guaranteed to increase in price? I know you would probably want to jump in, but I'm sure the first thought you would have would be, wait a second, that doesn't sound right.
I got a letter from the SEC last night. I don't know how long it had been sitting, waiting for me to get back. Gary Gensler has now came knocking at my door. Very scared, Gary. I'm very scared. I will start by giving you my reaction to the SEC letter from Gary Gensler.
Wow.
That's my reaction.
Because, I mean, you know, the fact that his whole pamp promotion was legal is just wild to me. But, I mean, we're also in 2025 where everyone and their grandmother has launched a meme coin at this point. So, I don't think everyone's going to get arrested anytime soon. I digress. So, going back to the timeline here, over time, people started realizing, hey, there's some changes with Ben's personality. TJ, who is probably the person closest to Ben's business operations, said in an interview that Ben lost track of the person that he used to be. He caused enormous damage to both his professional and personal relationships. Then in May of 2023, during the time when the crypto market was really struggling, to put it lightly, Ben decided to launch his own meme coin called Ben Coin. Or, well, he didn't actually launch this coin. This coin was launched by another Ben called Ben.eth, who is also a questionable.
I remember this launch and I was thinking it's too similar because he kept saying the coin was be everywhere now. But it was Ben Coin. I'm like, dude, you launched your own coin and you're trying to disguise it.
Figure in the space, to put it lightly. And Ben kind of did this like weird corporate takeover of this meme coin. My understanding is he invested a large amount of money into it and tried to like run it up to his followers. And he worked on this with someone by the name of Cassandra, who was working as a contractor for his company and had actually been pretty valuable to his operation, because she was apparently one of the people who helped secure this massive stake sponsorship deal. But Ben's staff thought this meme coin idea was absolutely terrible. Let's just say they could see it for what it was, a shameless cash grab that would make Ben look like a complete sellout, which is absolutely wild that that's where they drew the line, because he was doing all sorts of crazy stuff before then, including suing me. Like, how did they not see that was going to be a bad idea? Obviously, I'm biased here, but still, what about Pamp? Like, there's so many.
The hen coin is all the go. Let's get it going. Is it going to the moon?
Projects he's promoted that would be like a terrible idea, but they went along with that. Well, they drew the line on the meme coin. But let me make it extremely clear. I don't think a meme coin is a good idea whatsoever for him, nor do I think it's a good idea now. I think anyone who launches a meme coin right now is making a serious mistake. Obviously, sites like Pump Fun have completely normalized it, but either way, I do not think it's a good idea to essentially be a facilitator of speculation and gambling, especially if you have a public brand and image and reputation to maintain. But this is where things got kind of dicey, because Ben was still married to his wife Bethany Armstrong at this time, and they had 3 young kids together. So not only was he making questionable business decisions, but he was also destroying his personal life in the process, as TJ said himself. And the staff didn't want the BitBoy channel associated to Ben Coin at all. And by August of 2023, the situation had deteriorated to the point where Ben's own business partners decided they needed to remove him from the company entirely. So Hit Network, the parent company of BJ Investment Holdings, essentially executed a corporate coup to strip Ben's control of the BitBoy crypto brand. And I think this was also a questionable idea, because
I remember that video that they released on BitBoy Crypto when what was he, not TJ Shed, the other dude came out and said, we've removed Ben from the channel. I was like, isn't it his channel? And that's of course his response. It's my channel. You can't remove me from it. It's mine. Well, hostile takeover, right?
You know, they built the entire brand around this guy. So yeah. So TJ Shed apparently used a clause in their operating agreement that allowed him to actually buy out Ben's stake in the business. And this effectively cut him out of everything they'd built together. And this, I guess, leads us to the most symbolic moment in Ben's downfall, where he lost the Lamborghini that had become synonymous with a success story. And this whole situation was so unbelievable.
From what I remember, the Lamborghini wasn't actually his. I think it was everyone's. They all took turns in driving it to and from the office, and it would stay at different people's houses overnight. It was never his Lambo. It was like a business vehicle. Like owned by the business is what I understood.
Insane that I didn't believe, like, when he went live with the situation, I just had to go live because it was just unbelievable for me. But TLDR, Ben decided to bring his side chick to his business partner's house and get his Lamborghini back while he was live streaming, and apparently had a firearm in the car as well. So, you know, that was just unbelievable. Obviously the police were called because he also ding dong ditched Carlos while live streaming. There was like a whole plethora of things that were just like, what is going on here? And naturally he was arrested, and this is where
It's funny Americans call it ding dong ditch. We've always known it as knock and run. Ding dong ditch. Ding dong.
Infamous moment happened where the police asked him who is in the car,
Yeah.
and you saw he did not want to answer that because he remembered he was live streaming this himself. So this was being broadcasted for the entire world to see, or well, at least the whole crypto community to see. And he had publicly apologized to his wife and to his business partners previously, saying that he's all in it for them. He's focused on his family.
That's right.
And
That's right. I was forgetting that fact. He'd made an apology. He had a video. We watched it on stream. He had a video with his wife, and she was saying, "I will stand by my man." That's right. She was right there crying and hugging him, saying, "I'll stand by my man." And then he goes and performs this stunt, and that's when the cops say, "Who's in the car?" I hope they show it.
Better. Then he admits that his side piece is in the car with him as he's acting incredibly manic outside of his business partner's house, claiming he's going to, you know, get his Lambo back. I am still shocked that was a moment on the internet that actually happened.
Show it.
Because I cover a lot of insane stuff here. Little did I know that was going to happen. Like, if I go back to what? I think I made... Little did I... This big of a scumbag. Little did I know he was craziest downfalls of all time.
Do you not show it?
In that case, in case Carlos is apparently a
doesn't
huge
show
Bit Boy fan since the beginning, and
we gotta find it, man. If you're not gonna show it, dude, show it. We gotta see it. Maybe it's been stripped from the internet. BitBoy mistress reveal. No, BitBoy car Lambo stream. This will be it. Yeah, this is it. Full 37 minutes. No wonder he didn't show it. But we'll just skip forward to the part.
I'm at Carlos's house. This is where Carlos lives, guys. I am live streaming from Carlos's house.
Crazy. We'll skip forward to who's in the car. Wait, it might be timestamps. No. Anyone got timestamps? I know this sounds crazy. Okay. Somewhere here.
Where's my car?
Oh yeah. Perfect. Here we go.
What's that? Who's in your car?
So he's doing his best not to answer. Let's go back a bit. Netsky, I posted a link, read the Queen and the Bitcoin, BitConnect. We'll have to look at it another time, dude, but thank you.
Okay. Yep. No weapons.
Where in the car is your gun?
It's in the back seat.
Back seat?
Yep.
Is anybody else in the car?
Yes, there's somebody in the car.
Who's in the car? Who?
What's that?
Who's in your car?
Who's in my car?
Yes.
Okay. Let's,
Who's in your car?
Who's in my car?
Who's in your truck, sir?
Cassie is in my car. Cassie's in my truck.
All right, Cassie.
Cassie's in my truck. My wife knows that we're here, by the way. She knows we came to do this. But my wife is aware. So we're live on YouTube right now.
Okay.
We
Look how he's answering. He's answering the cop, but he's actually addressing the chat. Holy shit, I forgot how bad this was. Who's in my car? Who's in my car?
Get the weapons.
I'm sorry. I have a... Okay. Yep. No weapons.
Where in the car is your gun?
It's in the back seat.
Back seat?
Yep.
Is anybody else in the car?
Yes, there's somebody in the car.
Who's in the car? Who?
What's that?
Who's in your car?
Who's in my car?
Yes.
Okay. Let's,
Who's in your car?
Who's in my car?
Who's in your truck, sir?
Cassie is in my car. Cassie's in my truck.
All right, Cassie.
Cassie's in my truck. My wife knows that we're here, by the way. She knows we came to do this. But my wife is aware. So we're live on YouTube right now.
Okay.
We got about 2,500 people watching.
Like, share, and subscribe.
So Cassie's a girl I had an affair with. She's involved in the situation with me and this guy here. My wife knows. We were just at my daughter's tennis match.
Cassie and I have came over here because this man is extorting me.
He could have just said a friend. He doesn't have to say, he doesn't have to give the spiel. He could have just said a friend is in the car. Far out, dude. Did he really? He just did that, hey? That's crazy. Where are we on a Tozy here?
Showed up claiming to represent Hit Network and was trying to help the company raise emergency funds, also mentioning that he felt physically intimidated into signing over the title of the Lamborghini. Whatever the real story was, Ben ended up driving to Carlos's house with Cassandra, live streaming the entire confrontation to his audience. And what's also important,
we've seen all this.
In his garage. I'm going to be live streaming, and I'm going to be telling the entire story of Carlos Diaz. Who Carlos Diaz is. I'm going to be talking about all the people he's affiliated.
So we've seen all this. So he
I'm
does.
not scared of you, Carlos.
He does show it.
Sorry, I reached too fast. I'm sorry. Sorry. Okay. Put your phone down.
Okay, so he does show it.
Okay. I'll put the phone down. Okay.
I'll put the phone down.
Okay. All right. Okay. Put the phone down.
Put the fanny pack down.
Okay.
What's going on?
What's going on? This man inside of this house.
Actually, he's going to check you real quick.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just the weapons.
I'm sorry. I have a. Okay. Yep. No weapons.
So when this case went to court, the judge ruled in Carlos's favor.
Nice
And the reasoning was pretty straightforward. The judge determined that Ben couldn't prove the vehicle was his personal property rather than a company asset. So
That's
the
the
Lamborghini
word,
that
company
Ben had
asset,
used as
yeah.
his ultimate symbol of his crypto success might have never belonged to him in the first place. So apparently the company could have just owned the car all along. And while Ben was fighting all these legal battles, it's safe to say his personal life was definitely struggling. And with his business empire essentially collapsing on him, he decided to start over. He launched a brand new YouTube channel called Ben Armstrong Crypto, which is now called BitBoyX. And this, I guess, was an attempt to rebuild
The
his brand. The
BitBoyX.
response was somewhat mixed, to say the least, because at this point, people were watching more out of curiosity of his downfall than, you know, in genuine interest to his advice. Because he's been, how do we even put this? At the time of all of this going down, he kind of painted himself as a complete crash out. So he's not really proving himself as the person to go to for crypto investment advice. Because I mean, let's be real. If you watch his actions, it's not like you're gonna go, oh, I'm gonna trust this guy's opinion with my money. Because I mean, at this point, he just seemed manic and insane. And I don't think anyone wants to trust the opinion or trust anyone who's manic and insane with their money. So it's just a massive uphill battle.
I feel like this video is just going over the same stuff. This is the same. Okay, so have we got your attention yet? That's what I'm looking for.
For Ben to rebuild.
Guys, it has been a rough couple weeks. I think everybody sees what I've been through. And I just want you guys to know that I love you and I appreciate you and you have a new name. Your name used to be the Bit Squad. But the Bit Squad goes away with the BitBoy Crypto channel. BitBoy as a name for me is dead. I am now Ben Armstrong, which is my name. And I gotta be honest with you. Certainly the branding with BitBoy was great.
I got to be honest with you for the first time ever. So all that other time you haven't been, I don't know if we should watch all this because it just seems like it's more of the same. And I feel like we're just getting too deep. Yeah. I'm sorry, I got sidetracked here, but I just don't feel like this is worth watching the whole thing for. I want to see his crash out in the hotel, though. I guess it comes in here. When does he start? Here.
Threat in the most unhinged way possible. Then started a live stream called BitBoy_Manifesto, which he opened by literally screaming at everyone.
Do I have your attention now? Do I have it? You're gonna listen to my demands. I will make them at the end.
Which is possibly one of the craziest things I've ever seen in my life. Again, I mean,
I kind of only wanted to clip that bit, right? Do I have your attention? Because I mean, look, the end result is he faced this jail time, and I don't think he did anything, but he's obviously still active. And I don't look, to be completely honest, my interest in that situation led up to the point where he crashed out, and that's as far as I'm interested in. I didn't think that. I thought this video might be a bit more succinct, but I don't have the time to go through it. What I want to do, though, I want to thank you all for being here, and I want to bring up Valora and find someone to host. Let's do that. Valora, where are you on a big view here? Server updates and other maintenance currently in progress. Minor blips will be expected. That's to be expected. So let's go and find someone to raid. We'll go browse your trouser. 25 live. There's more streamers coming to the platform, right? 25 people are live right now. That's slick. I'm there. Tanro. Oh, we can change it by most viewers or newest streamers. Newest streamers. Smurfy Tunes, just chatting. Tanro 210. The T-Bone Slice. I want to find a head streamer. Okay, doesn't look like anyone on camera. This guy. The T-Bone Slice. Let's go and see if he's doing a stream to Valora or if he's just... That's muted? No? That's not muted. It's been live for 7 hours? Huh? 7 hours? Okay. Without speaking. Pretty quiet back there. Let's see who's on the wheel. Myself. Who else is on the wheel? Tanro 210. Let's take a look at Tanro. Who's Tanro? You won't find a Henny yet? Not streaming yet, Hendrik? Whoa. Okay. Been live for an hour.
We have good scorpion artist, I think.
God, that's awful music. Okay, whatevs. Tanro. So that's me, Tanro, and Sreth. We've hosted Sreth before, haven't we? Sreth. I need a chicken muppet. Been live for 2 hours.
Got it.
Got it.
Kidding me. Oh, that's to make it over there.
Okay, we may host Sreth. What's this channel here? We got Zapok Quicks, Friday Night Gaming. What's this channel? Mega Radio. What's this channel? Mavis Pharmacy. Let's take a look at Zapok Quick.
A lot of lightning.
Been live for 4 hours.
The email client? Yes, exactly.
I'll switch to low latency. Did I do that? I did do it. Didn't work. Command your trouser, refresh the R. Let's see if he's got alerts on. Let's give a little follow here.
Have it. Oh, there's 2 chests down here I missed. Help.
Oh.
Regen.
No alerts.
Regen.
Fuse topaz. Now I got 2 instead of 2 for extra damage.
Oh, there's items down here.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
Damn it.
The alert would have come through by now if it was there.
Oh, that's nice. Cool.
I'll unfollow then. No alerts. Okay, we want to find someone that's got their alerts set up so we can follow and have a good time. Mavis Pharmacy, we checked all this, didn't we? Let's go back to Browse Machine. Browse by newest streamers. Let's take a look at Smurfy Tunes. Smurfy. The trouble with the newest streamers, they often won't have their shit set up. Whoa, 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 whoa. Let's see if they got shit turned on. Follow. Doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like they got alerts turned on. That's a shame. Let's unfollow. All right, we'll go back. Is there a S-hit Uppelgockel? Not sure what that is, Hendrik. Tanro, did we check Tanro? They can't drive for shit. Was that just horrible driving? Clairvoyant is chatting. Clairvoyant. For an old D live streamer, right? Clairvoyant. Let's see. Been live for 6 hours? It's possible they don't know that their stream's still live. Claire is great. I don't think she's still live though. It's just a black screen of death and there's no one in the chat and she's been live for 6.5 hours. I think that's a phony. That's a stream that's just lagged. Browse. Did we take a look at Tanro? Yeah, we did, didn't we? We took. Well, let's do Streth. No, he hasn't. Hang on. No. Streth had a. We didn't check Streth.
Ooh, I want to upgrade this because I kind of like it a lot.
Let's follow first. No alerts on?
New training sim data has arrived.
We haven't
Be
done
sure to give it a try.
Okay. Well, we'll unfollow then if you haven't got alerts turned on.
Oh yes, this is one of our more...
Shall we see how Crown Joe's going? Crown Joe always hangs out, loves the Valora streams. Crown Joe's live. I want to find someone new though. There's 31 streamers. Why can't we 26 now? Why can't we find someone new? What a shame. Okay. What's X Hairbait? X Hairbait. Been live for 3 minutes.
Oh, fucking, it's cancer.
Let's see if
it's
you
so cancer.
Got your alerts turned on.
I'm doing good, by the way, and just getting over a cold from last weekend.
That's not good.
Where is my kick? Kick of the dialogue. All right, this one is what I don't want.
Where's Grimsky? Good
open.
question.
Just doing a quick test because I updated my not OBS Streamlabs. Not Streamlabs. Jesus Christ, I would never do that. I updated my social stream, OBS Social Ninja. That's what I did.
Socialstream.ninja.
And I got that.
Well, look, we've tried 5 different streamers now.
I can.
It's a shame.
Get VP Zone chat to show up because it was not showing up before.
Okay. Well, we'll unfollow. We'll go and give
Okay. I guess that just works. Nice.
We'll go and give Crown Joe a hosty host. Crown Joe, at least we know he's there, and you know we got volume there, Crown Joe. We'll give him some waltzes. Wait, can we trigger some alerts?
Give us a minute. Welcome to the stream.
Yo.
Welcome.
How are you, man?
There's no alert for that yet, but I saw it.
Can we trigger something here?
I just gotta look for it. I've been looking for it. Is there an alert for the, you know, first of the stream and all that? If there is, let me know so I can add it. I gotta add it. There is, right? Just let me know and I'll do it. I'll do it when I'm free. But yeah, it's good to see you, man. Everything's good. Okay, good. I just want to make sure. Make your own. I probably can recycle something from Botrix at least. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that one I have. Yeah, the volts. Thank you so much for the 100 volts. What do I do with it exactly? Like when you give me the volts, I don't see like. What do I do with it exactly?
Stash them.
Is it the monetization? Stash them. Okay, I'll stash them. there should be like a top 10 or something, like, you know, like a top 10 or something on like who gave volts or subscriptions and all that.
There
Corey
is.
should add that later. That'd be cool. But yeah, I'll get to that. Sorry about that. I've been so busy, man. Like with everything. Some old friends caught up with me, so I might do something in the future if the timing's right. Could be an opportunity, but we'll see. There is already. There is?
Let's give them
Where
a
do I do
raid.
that? The top 10. Like, where do I... Like I said, it's been a while. I don't even look at the options much. Is it like, which settings? Just let me know, so I'll do it.
He's talking
Sorry
about
that. Just been so busy.
under purchases and vaults, I think. Yeah, it's under purchases and vaults.
I feel like a noob again. Hopefully the council's been okay. It's been way too long. I wonder what they're up to.
Let's give him a host.
Hopefully we'll
Raid.
do another meeting again.
Raid on Crown Joe.
Under purchases and vaults. Okay, purchases and vaults. Okay. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Purchases and vaults. Ah. Okay.
All right, so we're going to raid Crown Joe.
Yeah, because, like, for example, it's my vaults. Like, the transactions. I have available, like, the balance. Let's see. Gifted. Vaults. There's available and total spend. That's my vaults, I guess.
Does it not come up there? Maybe I gave him a bump steer.
Yeah, I'm on purchases and vaults.
Maybe I gave him the wrong.
Review your vaults balance.
Transactions?
Recent transactions. Complete secure purchases. About right straight. I see on my end, but that's about it.
Oh, wait. I might have done that the wrong spot.
Net TV, you are second. Welcome aboard. I'm just having fun with Forza Horizon 6.
Okay. I'm going to host him and get out of here.
And it has a really good mod too, by the way. It's the Spotify
Countdown
mod.
started. We'll just mute
No,
that.
it doesn't send any.
So I just want to thank everybody that hung out here with me on the stream today. Much appreciation. And yeah, I will not be live tomorrow. I'm working instead. I'll try to get back to you in the nearest future. I'm not sure when I'll be available again, but it'll happen soon. As it stands, though, go over and give Crown Joe some love from me when you get there. And I'll say ta-ta for the time being. And we'll go over and raid Crown Joe. Love this shit. Yeah, man. Hendrik, Valora. How sick is it, man? Raid function, right? I mean, it's a straightforward streaming function, but it's good that it works like this. Thanks for being here with me live. Yeah. Don't forget to farkle in Crown Joe's chat. Farkle in that chat. Crew behind me? Where are they? The Givers. Hell yeah. Farkle in that chat. Gives a minute. Now we'll go over and start that host.
And there it is. Wow. Gives a minute. Thank you for rating me on Valora with 8 views.